All right, what is up, everybody? KCM Finals is starting right now. This is your boy Saiyan SC. I'm here with Jor. Hey, what's up, Jor?
Hey, what's going on? I'm
Did
your
you
other boy.
did you know that this is actually a live finals?
I had no idea. Would they have a... Ooh, look at that crowd. That's not bad.
Not bad at all. Just coming off of COVID there in Korea. There's still a lot of people wearing masks and all that stuff, but they've actually managed to get a crowd together. Pretty sick.
Nice, nice. I remember the old outdoor games that they used to have for like the ASL, just packed like outdoor stadium. One day. We'll get back there one day.
Feels like they should still be able to do that. They were actually...
Yeah, I mean, 100%, buddy. Big out... And it's outdoor. COVID doesn't spread outside. Fucking, it's like us. It likes to be inside.
That's right, nerds spread inside.
That's right.
Hard to get us outdoors, but they've managed to drag these 10 or what is it, 8 gamers outside today. Brought them down to the studio. We've also got
Who's
some
this guy?
epic casters here. We've got Piano on the left.
Okay, yeah.
And
That's
on,
KCM, obviously.
obviously, KCM. His epic hairdo there on the right, and
Fresh?
or in the middle, and on the right we've got Movie.
God, I
Movie-
forget how old some of these guys are sometimes, Is he a team lead now? He's got the suit.
He's gonna be commentating for us today, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice. Moving up. He's pulling a reverse, that Zerg, reverse bag of builds.
Well, you gotta see these guys' pants, man. Do you see, like, they're all wearing suits, but
Yes.
they're wearing like the most normie khakis with huge baggy pants and tons of pockets. Pretty funny.
If you want to commentate, you got to look good from the waist up. That's what the camera sees.
That's always the joke, that they're wearing no pants underneath the desk.
What happens under the desk stays under the desk. All right.
Oh man. So we've got Terran versus Protoss. Not your favorite matchup. Are you excited?
You know what? I
for
really like
this
it.
finals?
I like this matchup. It's fun. The games typically go a bit longer, which is great. There's a lot of variety in the play style. You get to see the players showcase their kind of individual talents.
There's definitely a lot of ways to approach this matchup.
Yeah, it's gonna be a fucking tough grind here for Protoss, I think, against this Terran lineup.
It's a pretty
No
sick
flash,
Terran lineup for sure.
But it's a strong lineup. JYJ, he's good. He's the up and comer.
Got Rush there as well. Who else do we have for the Terran players?
Where's Firebat Hero? Where's my boy? Too busy streaming, I guess.
Guess so. Oh, I see Sharp. One person that kind of conspicuously missing here is Light. I don't see Light in the lineup. We see Royal there at the end instead.
I mean, you stuff that 4th player slot with whoever, Barracks, Royal, whoever you can get. Royal's not bad, but I mean, he's not on the same level as like Sharp, I think.
Another up and comer there. Sharp is gonna be looking to carry, man. He has done so good in KCM recently.
He has, yeah.
Not really showing up in ASL or anything as well, but he seems to dominate here.
Yeah, it's I think there's probably a little bit less pressure for the players, as far as like pro performance goes, compared to ACL. ASL must play a lot on your nerves too, right?
There's also a lot more preparation time too. You guys can really analyze what the other person's doing.
I wonder if they have like a team, like how like Magnus Carlsen, like a chess team. They'll have like other people, that is on his roster that will analyze his opponents and tell him how he should play and how they play, and and I know that when they used to have team houses, they would do that a lot too. They get a lot of support from the coach and the team and practice partners. I wonder what kind of setup these guys have now.
Yeah, I think most of that's done online these days, but it's probably one of the biggest hurdles to becoming a ASL champion is getting that group, getting those
Yes, getting
practice
that
partners.
that support, that back end. Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless you're like Flash and you're just fucking good against everybody all the time, no matter what.
I'm sure he has no shortage of practice partners. Everybody wants to play against him and learn from him.
Oh, absolutely. He's probably got a team of clones in his basement he plays against constantly or something. Look at Bisu. The guy doesn't age a day in 30 years.
He
What a
does
handsome
look good.
man. But Protoss team looking a little worried there.
Yeah, it looks like Minnie's been dragged out of the cave for his showing here today
Yeah.
with the long nails.
Oh, look at
Always
Protoss
really
chest,
sticks, yeah.
or the Terran team with the chest out, heads high. Protoss is looking a little scared.
Protoss barely scraped by in the semifinals.
I'm not entirely sure how it works either. Like the format, I don't know, man.
He
Bryce is seeing here, too.
revives. Yeah, it's a little weird how players get to get revived, but they brought Bisu back and he carried them through.
He did. He still plays well. You know, everyone wants to see Bisu make like a serious comeback and be like a real contender again. And I think a lot of it is like everyone. These guys are all older. You know, they all have lives. It's like how much time can they really dedicate to being a champion? You know.
Especially when you have the option of just earning money through streaming.
Yeah, and he's, got a dedicated fan base, I'm sure. Was he involved with this whole crypto scam thing? I think he was, right?
I think he had some small part in it. Not sure how serious that's all being taken now.
I mean, it's not illegal, it's just very underhanded. And if anyone wants to buy my new coin, I have a token coming out.
You'll make your money back and more. Trust me.
We're making NFTs of this fucking cast tomorrow. So, get in on the ground floor, folks.
Nothing's wrong with NFTs.
It's gonna be big.
Definitely get your money back.
Oh, absolutely. I guarantee it. I give you my non-legally binding promise. Look at a fancy mask. Look at him go. Here's my boy. I always love how devious Shuttle looks. He's got this look in his eye like he's already keyed your car and he's laughing about it on the inside. Like, whether I win or lose, when you get in there, there's going to be a big dump on your driver's seat.
Shuttle's always the best part about the ASL selections, the group selections.
Yes.
He's so funny.
Yes. Yeah, this is a guy I would go for a beer with if I had to pick someone on the stage. Except for possibly KCM himself, because I guarantee that man party's wild.
Sure, he would be a lot of fun, but as Shuttle, he's...
There's a look in his eye. You know what? I'm putting my money on Shuttle. He looks like he's got something planned.
He's the butt of every joke, but he's soaks up a lot of the attention. I'm sure he does have a great stream as well.
And you know what they say? The best jokes have butts in them, so... Oh, here we are.
So got a little ways to go here, folks.
Oh, some of those front seats are filling in. Those must be for friends and family. I wonder whose family didn't show up. They just look out there to see their dad smiling and he's not there.
Dad, you wasn't there.
He's never there. I pay $6,000 a year to reserve him that seat and he never shows up.
So
Still a pretty nice production.
Who have we got out first? What do you think? If you were on the Protoss squad, who are you sending out first?
Mini, you got to go hard. Go hard, go fast. You're hoping... I think you're hoping to just get a win early. Because, I mean, it's half psychological and half real skill, right? I think that as Terran, I would send out my weakest player first and hope that we can and hope to get like a cheesy like bunker rushes become really popular again. You know, I'd send out like Royal and be like, dude, just bunker rush. Whoever you're facing, bunker rush them. If we get the win, we get the win, and then like we'll let the real players pick up the other wins after.
Real players. Royal fans out there are heartbroken.
Hey, he's good, but like if there were 3 of me on a team versus him, I would still lose.
Oh yeah.
Even if we all 4 pooled. Like the guy he's great. But we're comparing him to gods and he's like a demigod.
That's fair. A fair assessment. I think
What about you?
I think I've already seen who's coming out, so I'm not gonna comment.
Yeah, it's a little late. I think Protoss already sent their guy out.
Yeah. I think we're gonna have Best versus Rush to start things out, actually. So sending out
That's a good
Rush
call.
first. What do you think about that matchup?
Even. I think that's an even game. Rush doesn't rush nearly as much as I would like him to be perfectly honest. I mean, all Terrans have like do a little bit of rushing, you know. Like I said, bunker rushes have become super popular. But he's got a really solid like normal game too, and I think he relies on that a lot. Best, I mean, what can you say? He's bog standard Protoss. He plays good. I think that like his playstyle will just be this normal. He doesn't go carrier a lot. I mean, he'll use arbiters when necessary, but this heavy gateway style and shuttle plays, it's the way to go. It's the modern era, folks.
That's his bread and butter for sure. See there, it's 4 million won. It's about 4,000 US dollars, maybe a little bit less.
Not bad for base pay.
That takes this win. You can also get all kill prize. It's another additional $200, something like that. We had 2 all kills last week in the semifinal, so most of that money's been used up.
Yeah.
Sometimes we go through a whole season and there's no all kill, and that prize pool just keeps growing. But this season, there's been a ton of them.
Yeah, there has.
And
it's been I like the modern era. It's been really the games are shorter, but they're more intense. It's been really swingy. Yeah, I don't know, man. I watch all the games, I pay attention, but my memory is so bad, I remember nothing.
The same way in a whole lot of ways, man. It's
I've
so
watched
tough.
a cat.
It's so tough to remember all these
We're not
games.
professionals, folks. We're amateurs, and I'm not even an amateur. I'm doing this for fun and attention. Why wouldn't you?
We're doing it because nobody else will. That is
I
the
fucking
sad
love this
truth of it.
It's the best game that they've ever made. I mean, why wouldn't you?
If there was a legit duo cast, like a Tastosis cast for the KCM, man, I would watch that in a heartbeat.
100%.
But,
I mean, I used to just watch all the games in Korean. Because like back when Nuke the Stars and Yokin and all them, like I think there was a time either before or after them when there just was no good English cast. And I was like, well, I like Korean. It sounds nice. It's a cool sounding language. I'll just watch it like this.
Does tend to get a little bit boring though at times, for sure. I used to watch all the Ultimate Battles as well, and all the KCM without any English cast, and it's just easy to zone out and just kind of forget what's going on. Whereas
sure.
Having an English cast, it kind of keeps you more engaged. Talk about the players. Sometimes you get a few laughs.
I go to my buddy's house, right? And like it's the same. I go to my friend's house. We watch Broodwar. I'm like the big Broodwar guy, but I kind of got a few people into it, right?
Oh yeah.
And like half the fun is like when like Artosis and Tasteless are casting, like yelling at them because I think they're making a bad call. You know what I mean? It's just like sports, man. You yell when the commentator makes a bad call.
Yeah.
Half the fun is just like yelling at the TV.
That is true, and I'm sure there'll be plenty of bad calls.
There always are.
I see all the comments on YouTube.
I wonder,
I
do you ever
can't
have
help
to
but just
delete someone
agree.
because You ever have to delete anyone because they're too toxic? How many people have you had to ban?
I've never banned anyone, actually.
Really?
Surprisingly,
Oh,
no, I've
damn.
never had a ban, but
I've argued with people in your comments before, not gonna lie.
there are quite a few trolling comments. I mean, there's some
Really?
people who
Sucks.
are really genuinely concerned that I've missed something, but it's whatever. Yeah. Doesn't really
Dude,
bother me.
like, I did that one cast with you, and
Yeah.
I'm always the guy. I'm not the guy in the chat. Like, I would never comment on your cast and be like, oh, blah, you did this wrong or right or whatever. But I realized how hard it is. The difference between, like, talking about the game and watching it. It's like the difference between watching and analyze and playing is like the same level of difference between watching and analyze and having to say what. Because you got to think about what you're saying, you know?
Yeah, you have to try and be a little entertaining as well. You have to make your sentences.
You're entertaining
coherent.
naturally, Ian.
Thank you.
You've got a natural charm. You don't have to try.
A little bit of natural
yeah.
charm does help, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm. Just wait till they see your rugged good looks. Subscribe to that Patreon, folks. You get some pictures of his journey in Japan. Just wonderful.
And thank you to everybody who's supported through Patreon. This cast probably wouldn't happen without you guys. Maybe I would still do it, but it really helps to have people behind and supporting.
If you're not from BC, if you don't know how high the rent is here.
Every little bit helps, guys. So thank you so much to the Patreon supporters. We're going to jump into our first game. Go for match number 1.
I think we were talking about who you thought was going to take this game.
Before the Africa TV stream cut out? Yes, that is correct.
Yes, before everything went crashy.
Before that thing that always happened.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, guys, I have to deal with this like 2 or 3 times per.
He's doing it for
KCM.
not, just subscribe to the Patreon, buddy. We got to get this guy into a better apartment so he can get fiber optic stream. And then we'll get fiber optic headset for him to plug into his brain, and then we'll
Cast this in VR.
That's right. We'll cast it in VR. We'll make him sleep in a cryosleep chamber. We'll do everything. We're going to inject him with all the experimental drugs to make him the best possible caster he can be. Ooh, he's doing a pylon on high ground, which is a neat thing that they do sometimes.
Gonna put that gateway on low and try to push with the zealot, most likely.
Yeah, and sometimes they go forge first, which he won't do. There's no way. But in theory,
coming across the map to steal the gas as well, so
yeah,
what's in best mind.
If he sees 2 barracks here, which he won't, then he'll forge it up. But he's not gonna see that. He's gonna see a geyser that he needs to take. 5 gas from.
No block.
No block. Zergs are a lot better at that. I think that they're more familiar with Terran shenanigans. They want to keep that SCV out of the base.
Yeah, I think the drone is a bit fatter. It's a bit wider as well.
Is it? I don't know how big the hitbox is on these units. Like, it seems weird. Have you ever seen the videos of what happens when you make a Dragoon hitbox smaller? It improves the unit so much.
Really?
That it's like, yeah. It's like one of the ways that they thought about balancing the game is because Dragoons, the reason that they glitch out so much is because the hitbox is, wonky. It's too big.
Right.
Well, it's appropriately big. If you make the hitbox smaller, it improves the AI to a degree that would make normal players be like, okay, this is good. But on the pro scene, even Bisu says like it would be too big of a change. It would be too imbalanced if you make that Dragoon hitbox smaller. Because they get down. It's like the ramps and stuff, right?
Yeah.
If Dragoons get down ramps easier, they squeeze through other places, or they can bunch up like Hydras more. Right. It makes them a significantly better unit. And that's interesting. It's like, the hitbox size on Crabby Boy. Mr. Crab. You notice that a lot of units are sea-based, like you got crabs, you got sky shrimp, you got sky crabs.
What's the sky crab?
Guardian.
Oh, right. Well, that makes sense.
Hmm.
Yeah, it makes you wonder, actually, just in the making of this game, had one or two things been different, would this have become the sort of like
So good.
monolithic sport that it is? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think about that all the time. Is like,
Oh,
if
shit!
they
His
made...
own
Oh, he
SCV.
shot his own SCV by accident with
Oops.
the. Oh man, whoops! Don't worry, he'll heal up.
That was
He's
close.
just got to get to a medic. We are getting medics, right, boss? Yeah, it's like
Anytime
how
now.
much of the future of the game did they plan when they made the game? You know, how much of this did they see coming?
I feel like they didn't plan it at all, and it's part of the
Well-
genius of why this game is so great. You know?
Well, is it genius if it's unplanned, or is it just random luck?
Just luck, really. I
I
feel.
think that they planned a lot of it. I think that they saw... They didn't see this peak, right? They didn't know about, like, muta stacking, or about, like, hold position lurker.
Hmm.
I mean, I'm a Zerg player, so I'm seeing these things. But I think they intentionally made some things buggy, like the Reaver shot. You know, the fact that it duds. Like, that's intentional. Or the Dragoon being hard to control. I think that's intentional. You know? I don't know how far into the future they saw, like, when it came to peak performance.
Hmm.
But I think they did have a mind for how better players would play and how to balance the game around that. You know, to a degree, right? He's got 2 gate coming up. Forge is spinning. He's going for air attack, I bet. Early carrier, 2 base carrier play coming up, folks.
Is getting that second gas already. Let's see what kind of tech comes out as soon as this SCV is dead. This will be able to throw it down. Wow.
Oh, there's
bit
that
of,
Dragoon. Being a goon again. Being a goony boy.
Oh my goodness.
Make that hitbox smaller.
Oh.
Look at him get caught. You
Oh.
see? You see what I'm saying? I think that it's 50-50 that SCV escapes. Oh, he didn't want to escape. He wanted to run around a little bit. Didn't go for the ramp. Sad times. Boss told him to die today.
It always bothered me that the probes,
3
You can-
fac. Yep.
they can go right through units, and like let's say a unit is walking in a straight line, like for example you're rushing with your marines across the map and SCVs are kind of running through them. It doesn't like block them or move them at all, but when they're mining, like you just can't walk past them. It's so weird. You know what I mean?
It
Like you
is.
should be able to walk through those things, but
That's a good point on the engine. That's a tough call. It's like usually, like, especially if you're going to, like, let's say you're getting rushed and you need your drones to defend. They'll run through everything because you're drone drilling. They're just going to mine in the AI's mind. But if they're just straight mining, then the same kind of invisibility frames or whatever you want to call them don't really happen as much. That's weird. Yeah,
it
that
is
is weird.
strange.
I
But I
wonder
mean-
if it's the difference between picking up minerals and bringing them back.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe only the ones bringing... Well, I don't know, man. You're right. I don't know.
I feel like, to your point earlier, talking about how much of this was actually planned in Broodwar, it's like, I feel like there's almost no way that they could have planned so much of the game because they didn't
Right.
even know about, like, mineral walking was going to be a thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's a good point. Well,
they
no,
had-
mineral walking was intentional. They put that into the game engine for sure.
Oh, yeah, they
because-
put that in, but
or else-
that
or else
the
probes would interact with other probes,
Right,
right? And like nothing would ever mine.
yeah, but they never realized, like, how much you could stack and, disrupt...
The stacking. Yeah, the
disrupt
stacking is
other
the thing.
units and use them as a defensive measure. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, with the mineral walking, for sure.
Yeah.
Mineral walking was not taken into account. But yeah, you're right there. And I think that a lot of the higher order economic play was not like this game is supposed to take place in stages. Like you're supposed to have like both players use one base for a while, I think in their mind. And then you attack with tier 1 units, and then you eventually take an expansion. Because if you look at the early maps made by Blizzard, with like the first expansions, like naturals, there are naturals on some, but on some maps there are no natural bases.
Right.
But they thought about the natural expansion when they made the game, finalized it. They knew that a natural expansion was a thing that, you know, was needed for balance. I don't know what my final point on this was. I completely forgot what we were talking about.
Well, disregard that. We're going into the phase where we've got vultures running around the map. Best just defending very nicely so far, bleeding out these mines.
I think about Zerglings all the time and how much they're wasted when I'm watching Z play, and it's the same with T. How he's thrown away. I mean, he did lay the mines, to be fair, for most of these. Oh, yeah, nice keeping up with the observer. But a lot of times Terran will just throw these vultures away. And in late game, it's the same with Protoss. They'll throw arbiters away. They'll toss an arbiter in to recall. Either it succeeds or if it fails, they'll just leave the arbiter there, you know? And it's like a huge gas investment. Same thing with when you have like a dozen vultures. If you lose 6, that's a big mineral investment. Sometimes I think that you know, pro players, they should know better. You know, you should take care of your boys.
I think the same kind of thinking can go into you're doing, for example, MMA or fighting is, you know, you don't land or you miss 100% of the punches you don't throw, right? So if you're
that's
if
Michael Jordan.
If you're not sharking around like looking for potential opportunities to dive in with these vultures, you're never going to see those opportunities. So you kind of have to be active. You have to be looking around and trying to find those small opportunities, right? Like,
and Terran really needs to know what's going on at this point.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
And you know what? It's not hard. Once you get scans online, and you know, if you have vulture presence, you can figure out what the Protoss is doing. But you do have to know. You know, you have to make that. You're right. You have to make that investment in vulture lives to determine, you know, where they are and what they're doing. And having a mine presence on the map, which, by the way, JYJ does not have right now. You know, that's an important part of your scouting.
Best has been clearing them out like crazy. He's been doing an awesome job.
Yeah, his vulture play is being shut down hard, and I think that's really going to be a detriment for him later. Look at these. These vultures ran into 3 separate groups of dragoons moving around the map.
He did manage to navigate it pretty well.
He did. Yeah, for sure. Is he going to drop some mines?
It's like JYJ with 6 factories now. Like, he's getting prepared to try and take that third base. Let's talk about this map for a little bit here, Eclipse. The third base on this map is extremely hard for the Terran player to take. He can, and I don't think Best actually needs to try and break this here. He can, of course, try to kill off some of these tanks, but even if JYJ eventually gets this, the 4th base from Best is already down. He's already teching into his late game Arbiter tech here. He should be feeling really good. Actually, I don't think he's going in Arbiters. It seems like he's got maybe Storms available.
He's going standard Protoss Storm drop shuttle, you think?
I think so. Here we go.
It looks
the
that
first
way.
shuttle coming forward. There's the first storm.
He's got a lot of
right
vultures
on top of these
vultures.
What about the vultures?
Look, he doesn't have enough vultures left. He lost too many.
So many zealots coming forward here, and the tanks are just gonna get destroyed, completely surrounded.
No mines set up. Not enough mines. Not enough vultures. But I don't know. This is the breaking point. What has he got? 3 tanks left. 1 tank left.
Oh, this is perfect for Best.
He's got 1 tank on the high ground.
He loses.
He just holds him off. 2 Archons and 2 goons, but tanks on the high ground. You can't break him. Here comes the second wave of zealots. He's got vultures coming out. He's got to lay mines behind him. He's got to stop this. He's got to stop the bleeding. And you know what? Even if you lay mines behind and they have obs, if it's just zealots, they'll die anyway. Ooh, the big mine hit. It's about mines right now. He's got no mine coverage. He needs more mines. He needs a big minefield to protect himself. You know, zealots will bleed to a big minefield regardless of what they have set up. Even if they have an obs, like what's, you know.
Well, I'm going to be shocked if JYJ can hold this third base right now. He sent his SCVs over there. I think that's
I believe JYJ will hold this. I believe in him.
He's got the mines out now. Drops coming through. Tanks are on the high ground this time again.
Oh, he's trying to drop on top of him. Oh, he's
Big drops. Oh, man, these
Dragoons in the
Dragoons just
back,
cleaning
Zealots in the
everything up.
front. All he has now is vultures
Vultures with
that haven't
one
dropped
tank
mines.
on high ground. He's going to lose that tank
They only
now.
they only got one mine out each. He's gonna lose the space. Yeah, this is a tough loss. He can still lift if he lifts now. You know, you want to lift. You know, you want to lift that base, right? But
I think it's too much, man. Best already has his 4th base. He's
trying to-
getting the
trying to
5th
save
right
it.
now as well. He's trying his best,
and you're
but
right.
the Protoss economy is completely out of control.
Out of control.
159 supply right now to
And
just
97.
98.
Yep. He knows he needs to save this base to win the game, but he can't save it. But you know what? He's a trooper. He's a champion. He's gonna try.
And it is crazy how dominant Bess is looking right now over all of these players. Unbelievable. Who can stop this guy? He's on another level today.
He's playing a good game. You know what? He built the perfect amount of Templar. Not too many. He kept and those Archons, they helped a lot. They cleared that minefield. It was the killing of the vultures, man. He took so many vultures out, cleared the minefield so well. He could just move in unimpeded. You know, he lost nothing moving in.
He took no damage from those vultures. And he got that 4th base up incredibly quick. Teched up very quickly as well. He only used 1 shuttle, by the way. With no speed.
That, but that's true.
1 shuttle with no speed. 4 Templar. And just an incredible amount of gateway units. I feel like Best came into this with a fantastic plan for each map so far.
He used a perfect balancing of resources, you know? He built, because, you know, obviously Dragoons still cost a bit of gas. He used the perfect amount of Templar, didn't build too many, didn't overbuild and try and overstorm. He had, and Zealots, like every shuttle is 2 Zealots, you know? He had the right amount, which is too many for the Terran to handle. Once you kill that many Vultures, Zealots become your main asset. You know, if because Vultures are obviously going to lay the mines, and Vultures themselves are going to kill the Zealots. If you pick off all the minefields, and you pick off enough Vultures, Zealots are almost more important than Dragoons. They're just better damage dealers. If they can get in. If they can get in, which is the big thing, they are a better asset against tanks than Dragoons are, in every way.
And Best gonna go to a 3rd game here, man. And he just go ahead and all kill. I would be absolutely blown away if
Shocked and
Best
awed.
came through.
I would be shocked and awed. I expected Terran to clean up. I mean, they did what I thought they would do. They put their, you know, lesser players forward first to try and get a... And to be fair, they did what I said. Bunker rush first. You know, try and get that early win. So, you know, I've got points. But their plan failed. This is why I'm not a coach, folks.
Let's not count up the caster points, okay? Because the caster's curse is real. It happens all the time. Talk somebody up, and they will
I have
completely
negative one time I
flunk
tried to cast. I flunk out all the time. I'm used to it. It's my baseline. I'm just trying to catch up.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I just can't even count the number of times this happened to me.
Oh, dude, I've screamed at my TV every time.
Oh man. Okay.
And now I'm learning I can't do better.
Who do you send out here? We've got only 2 Terran players left.
You put out JYJ already. I mean,
Sharp or Royal? Those are our only 2 choices.
I mean, you've got to put Sharp out. You have to. Because I can't read those names. Oh, that's just the map pool names. But then the left side has to be Best, right? And the right side is going to be the Terran player? Or these
This is just map
pools? Well, I wish I could read Korean.
Yeah,
Even if it was in English text, I still wouldn't know what it said.
What? You mean you can't read Korean? What are you doing here?
I know. I don't know. Yeah.
I know. It's okay. We're getting through it.
All right.
We have to survive. We have to provide the English content.
Someone's got to do it.
That's right. Gonna get into our 3rd game, guys. We'll see if it's gonna be Sharp. I think it's gonna be Sharp.
Can
It
you
is
see?
sharp. There it is.
It is. Yeah, it's got to be. Because they can't put Royal out against Best. And they'll just get fucking crushed. What's the point? No, oh, he's 8 versus 8. So that's 50% against Protoss, maybe? And then what's the 1.0? Is that on this map? One of those is versus... Definitely left. The left is versus Protoss, right? Gotta be.
And that is his record for
This map?
Season 1, 2022. That must be
Season
the
1,
season of
2022.
KCM.
It must be.
Yeah.
And then what do you think the right moon runes are? 1.0. What? 1.0 what? Is that the map maybe? Or like how awesome they think he is? He's a 1 on the awesome scale.
Maybe. We'll go with that.
He's totally cool. I like him. Look how
awesome.
focused he looks. Look at his eyes. He's like, I can't believe that Terran is losing this badly to an underpowered Protoss race.
Absolutely. And I mean, Protoss was the lowest in the season of KCM. They had
As
the
they should
least
be.
wins.
Protoss are scum.
They got
They
crushed.
should lose every game.
They got crushed in the regular season. Terran barely scraped a win over Zerg.
Oh, he
Managed
looks
to-
focused and ready. He's fucking... You can tell he's riding high off those victories.
Oh yeah.
He's juicing.
Let's see if he planned this far ahead. I mean, of course he's got good plan. You know, he knows he's gonna get sent out first, right? So he
None of
plans
these boys-
really well for that first game. He has
Right.
a plan for the second map, but
Maybe.
did he plan this far ahead that he was gonna get into map number 3?
I don't think that any of these boys plan for KCM.
You don't
I
think
think
so?
just from I think from their normal playing, they might. You know what? They do some. I bet they do some planning, like some. But I think it's just like normal planning from day to day. This isn't this isn't like ASL level. This is like them knowing what to do on what map versus what race. You know, I wonder if they have discussions beforehand about who's going out against who. Because the coaches plan it, for sure. Like, the coaches have a game plan.
Right.
How much do they share with the players?
It is tough when you have 4 different opponents to prepare for. I guess mostly you just prepare the matchup and the map. Just know that you have a good game plan for that map.
Exactly.
Try to just play your best. Take it as it comes. I mean, I'm shocked at how well Best has been doing. We did see him run some Zealots into mines that last game, and that was kind of what killed him in some of the earlier KCM
Yes.
games. Is just
But that was at the end. I'm surprised at the last game that JYJ had such a poor fucking mine spread. Like, usually he's pretty good at, getting his minefield out and preparing himself for that defense. And he just, he ran those vultures all around and got shut down at every turn.
I definitely think that was more the brilliance of Best than it was the
failure of JYJ.
Failure of
Yeah,
JYJ. We're gonna go into this next one.
right.
We're on Butter. Get it started.
Isn't this the map I cast that one time and I didn't know what map it was? It is. Yeah, it is. It's the same map. It's Butter. I know it now, but I still haven't played it. And the reason I haven't played it is because this isn't on the ladder.
No, it's not.
Like, I'd never seen this map before, and I sounded like an idiot. And you know what, folks? If you've never embarrassed yourself on the internet, you haven't lived. I tell you.
No, this is an interesting map. Again, the map name is Butter. It is a 2-player map, but both players are going to spawn on the right-hand side. So, very unique take on the 2-player map. There's a couple of expansions on high ground between the 2 players' bases. There's some kind of nook expansions over on the left-hand side.
The boomerang expansion in the left. This is a weird map.
It is a very weird
by
map.
any account.
The-
I think. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
The big feature of this map, I think, is the number of different pathways between your base and your opponent's base. So you can go from your natural to your opponent's natural through the right-hand side, through the middle, through the left, and then all the way on the left over all of the high ground there, the boomerang area. So there's plenty of different attack paths, and you can really get surprised by a push if you're not being really careful.
I remember seeing this map in a lot of spicy pushes
Oh
in
yeah.
the ASL, I think. Like,
Yeah.
this map is... this is a spicy map. It's a cheesy map. I think this map lends itself... I was going to say, I think the last map... I don't even remember the name of it, but I know the map. I think that it lends itself heavily to Terran, which is why I was surprised to see JYJ lose so easily. I mean, not easily. He fought it hard, but this map, I think, lends itself, you know, to Protoss, to cheese. It's going to be really hard to get an accurate spread of mines through the whole set, through every path. Once you get speed zealots online, they're going to be able to like charge around. I don't know. I know that the natural expansion is, you know, hard to defend. It can be. Pretty wide at the bottom there, and then it like the drop potential, you know, is there. So we're gonna see. I don't know. We're gonna see what happens.
Yeah, this is a very similar map in that it is a 2-player map, like Eclipse, and it has a bunch of attack paths. Just kind of unique in the fact that they're both spawning on the right-hand side. Now, we see Best going for that Nexus first. I wonder if Sharp is going to pull the trigger.
Don't they always spawn on the right-hand side?
2-player map? Well, on Eclipse, one spawns in the bottom left, one spawns in the top right, right?
Yeah.
So we've got just a single Marine out here on the map. Takes a little bit of damage, and then Best gonna retreat with that probe. Every single bit of damage that comes down onto these Marines is permanent. He's gonna drop the bunker, but this is not a committal we saw.
This is
Rush.
He knows this is a fake out.
Yeah.
Oh well, you know, there's no way.
Ooh, almost losing that SCV right away. So, see, Sharp just throws his head back there. Bit of disappointment.
It's nice. He gets his like Sharp gets his natural up at almost the same time. You know, he kind of fakes him out with the bunker rush. You know, whoa, stay back, keep your zealots back. You never know. But is he going to take the bait? He's got this probe pretty far up.
He did produce quite a few Marines.
Yeah, he's got 5 Marines out.
He still hasn't
killed this assimilator.
Oof. The assimilator's still living in the base.
Doesn't need it. He's got gas in the natural. Just you don't even need that gas. Gas isn't even important. These Marines hugging this bunker, just praying that they get in. One's gonna be left outside. He's terrified. Oh, but the Zealots don't even approach. He's okay.
He's hanging in there. The first factory finally does come down.
Wouldn't want to be any of these guys, to be honest. It seems like a pretty tough life. You do get the stim backs, though. That seems like a plus. He's got a stim mill coming up pretty soon. Is he going to DT rush this guy? He doesn't even have... Is he going to go just straight Zealot leg and bum rush him? What do you think his plan is here?
DTs, for sure. We're going to have DTs. Well, it's all going to come down. It's all going to come down to whether or not...
No Robo.
Robo.
Oh, the Bobo coming up now. He's got that Bobo Robo.
It's all going to come down to when this engineering base starts, where he places his turrets.
He's got 2 FAC. This gives a lot of scouting to this assimilator that has stayed up the entire time.
Sharp, I mean, he cuts corners, man. He's not...
That's how you win.
Yeah, I mean, that is really how you do win, but it can also be... in a situation like this, how you can end up losing. He knows he's behind already. That Nexus was up a little bit earlier than his command center. So, and also that failed bunker rush. So he might want to cut some corners here. He might not want to build those extra turrets. Maybe want to skimp.
No engineering bay.
Oh, academy.
He's going academy. He's going to go for scans instead.
Oh, man.
We'll see if the scans are enough. DTs are probably starting to be built now.
Oh, he's going to get right in here.
What is he going to see? Only sees the Robo, 2 gates. I mean, he might think it's still Reaver, but he knows that he needs scans. I wonder if he's going to build a couple Goliaths, because he knows there's going to be a shuttle of some kind coming somewhere.
Engineering base starts right away.
Well,
he's got the 2 scans. He's got the
He's got the
engineering bay.
He's gonna have
think
scans.
he can
He's got
hold
the
this.
bay. He's gonna be safe. Yeah.
Does he use that scan though to really confirm what's going on? I think if he uses it, could be a huge mistake, but
we don't even see the shuttle coming across the map yet. Did he even really go for DTs?
Gets that third base probe.
Popped him. Get popped. You know, I think Sharp is in a really good spot right now.
As long as he holds this off, I definitely agree with you.
Yeah.
Nothing here in the main right now, unfortunately. He does have a turret coming up in the front, so he's for sure aware of the possibility.
A second bunker in the main. Like there is one turret in the main underneath that engineering bay.
Yeah. Oh, there's the DT,
but
he can't repair.
Oh,
he gets
he scans.
He got the shuttle.
One DT that lives.
Oh, he's only got one scan. Oh no.
He's got one scan and no turrets.
Oh no, there's no turrets here. 37 energy.
He's gonna get a few SCVs here for sure.
For sure, yeah. He's gonna get SCVs.
It's gonna be worth it. Because he's got one scanner building in the net. He knows that. He's got to pick up as many SCVs as he can.
3 SCVs so far. 4. 5 SCVs. That's pretty darn good.
It's okay for 2 DTs and a shuttle.
Hmm.
His third is not up.
Yeah, you're right. Not sure who comes out on top here.
The observer's coming out in mass. You can tell that he was microing pretty hard.
Yeah.
three obs built up at the robo coming out at the same time.
That does happen sometimes.
But no mine coverage. What's he got for an army? Mostly tank. Does he have Zealot and Zealot legs? If he's got enough Zealot legs, he can just push into this and crush this. But I think that Sharp is just going to try and set up his third at the same time. And I don't think that Best can break it. He's going to set up here. He's going to be able to take his third. They're both going to be on 3 base. It's going to proceed as usual.
Was I going to snag this third really quick after defending the DT drop? He feels like he's in a good position at least to snag this base. Not quite ready to pull off a full-on attack, but he knows he can secure this.
It's pretty even. Like, it's good. It's good for Terran. He's only 10 down. His upgrades, he got that armory pretty early, so his upgrades are probably coming along. He's probably got his attack upgrade coming along. He did build a medic. Look at him go. He's got health coverage.
Oh, no. Oh, this is huge. This is Sharp.
This is game-winning. This is game-winning amount of probe damage.
This is classic Sharp right here. Oh, he's not fully paying attention.
Did he not send...
attack coming on here towards the third base.
Sharp
not able to pay attention to those vultures, which could have gotten insane damage there. Instead, he has to deal with this attack. And I think he did get still a lot of probes, but not as many as he could have gotten. I think Best made the best move he could have.
Advantage? That's, yeah.
Take the attention away from Sharp by just attacking in there.
They're going to try to come back down, but are they going to be walled in time? Well, it doesn't matter. They're going to get a couple.
2 more probes going down. Yeah. Maybe 1 more. Oh,
yeah, that grenade comes out at the right time.
Very nice. Gets another probe there, so Sharp dealing quite significant damage to the economy. Best manages to pick off a few tanks. A pretty even trade overall there.
That is Arbiter coming out now. He's got Goliath. I mean...
It's Arbiter just kind of hanging back. I wonder if he goes for recall or stasis in this instance.
He should hallucinate the Arbiter. I love that. I love that modern Protoss are starting to do that. It's so smart. It's a good move. Your Templar's going to die anyway. Get some value.
Oh.
Ooh, that was a spicy crab walk.
It was very, very close. Another run by here. Oh, actually, he doesn't go for it.
Could have.
Might have been able to get through there.
You have no idea if how many because you want to account for there being like 1 or 2 turrets at the base.
Oh,
So if
cannons.
you
Yeah.
run those 4 in, and there's already 4 goons, and there's 2 turrets there,
Right.
you're just gonna you're gonna die immediately.
Yeah. If you do bleed off tons of vultures, like we were saying in the previous
You're gonna lose
game,
just like JYJ. You're gonna get crushed.
the
You need to
zealots
keep
can
these
run
vultures
over
alive.
you for sure. So Sharp
This is a
decides keep those alive. They probably had some mines remaining to be laid down as well. So gonna keep moving around. You got to take those risks though. Gotta look for more opportunities.
Sharp's got good scouting going on too. I mean, he's got well, he had vultures or something at every possible expansion and path. He's trying to keep an eye.
Now best
But
with
right
4
now,
base.
all he has to do is live and get to like right now, he probably can't be broken, and he's just going to try and go for 2-2 and push at 160. And I think that Best is going to try and break him before that point.
Yeah, or at least slow him
play.
down, get a recall in his main base, something like that, to really
something like that. Reduce the
harass
tank
heck
count,
out of
and
him.
you can take another base.
Yeah, for sure.
4 base versus 3 base, still sketchy ground. You've got to be like 2 bases up at this point.
This is a big important moment here, guys. The first
Here we
Arbiter
go.
coming in. There's no Science Vessel available, so you can get in here, shut down
Halt it off.
immediately.
Smart move. He only lost shields on the Arb. The Arbiter lives. He's going to go for a base, which is unfortunately getting denied. But you see a lot of the time, Protoss commits, and they just won't uncommit. They'll commit a recall to an obviously bad situation, take a seriously unfavorable trade, and lose the game. He doesn't want to do that, and I think that's smart sometimes. To pull your Arbiter out before it's too late, before you lose your army. He's looking for a better opportunity, and if he'll get it, we don't know. Maybe. Oh, man, he's so locked tight. Like, his defense is on point. He's got good building placement. Both of them do. Even this cannon, I wonder if he planned that cannon out because it can hit that. Is he gonna commit? This is even worse. No, he doesn't. He just loses the ARP. Whether he tried to recall or not, we'll never know. But that was an even worse recall than the first one.
Unfortunately, Sharp just too well prepared.
That's the best benefit of hallucination is you can send the hallucinations in to scout first. All you lose is the energy from the high temps and the research for hallucination. Do you have to research hallucination? You do, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. I know this game. I've played Protoss before.
It is
a fat recall on that army. If you could get a fat recall on those tanks, there's too many Goliaths. But if you could,
right?
Ooh, goons caught by a minefield. Will they get mind dragged into oblivion?
Oh my goodness! So many dragons going down here.
Oof, that's a tough loss.
Trapped in the corner, not able to get away. He's gonna have to rebuild those.
Their natural prey, the vulture, beats them up. Like, what kind of mixed up world is this?
Dragoons trapped against the wall. Do not do very well against vultures throwing down mines.
Yeah.
Need some space to be able to
starting his
back
push.
away.
He's got 2-1. 2-1. He's starting the push. He's going to roll down.
Best position. He is way over on this left side. Does he want to go for a counterattack?
He doesn't know, man. This is untenable. Best is in the position no Protoss wants to be in. He's trapped between a rock and a hard place. He hasn't done any damage. As a Protoss, you need to have done some damage to the Terran before this point. He's got to break him here.
Here's the opportunity to make that damage happen. Jumping into the natural here. He's going to send all his zealots forward.
Storm the bridge.
Huge
Storm the bridge.
Storms on the back.
Ooh, not bad.
But the zealots are really starting to thin out
too
here.
Many vultures.
Like these dragons coming up. Gonna save this base, actually. That is a great win here for Best. I think that Sharp can just turn around with his army, though, and come back down here to finish this base off.
He's got to take out that base in the top left. He does. That was not seriously unfavorable, but he's coming back down again.
Oh, I just looked at the supply, though. 160 to 127. I mean, Best lost like 90 supply. And I think Sharp took maybe 50 supply losses there. That's not good.
He hasn't done enough. It's a tough call. It doesn't seem like he's made any bad calls, like made any seriously bad movements. He lost that Arbiter. But the thing is, at this point, you have to have made good decisions. You have to have stopped the Terran. You have to have harassed it in some way. He's let him grow out of control. He's out of control now. He's a malignant tumor that you have not taken any care of, and he's gonna absolutely crush you. You can have all the economic lead you want, and how many bases does he have? He used to have 5. Now he's got 4 mining bases. But it's not enough. You can have all the economy in the world, but once that ball starts rolling, you have to stop the ball. I don't think he has the capacity to stop this Terran offense.
Terran is 182 supply. He's ready to push once again. Still ahead in supply. That's not a good sign.
It's funny. He's pulling his units back to ball them up again. And where's he going to go now? Bottom left?
Not sure. Maybe heading towards the natural would be a good choice. He is getting prepared.
Or he could just split
to
map.
defend this.
If he just pulls back and splits the map, he's going to win too. It's the same. He popped that Protoss economic lead, and now if he just pulls back and builds up again, what could stop him? He's maxed out.
Yeah, he could for sure split the map, but I mean, where do you split?
Yeah, that's a good call.
Map?
Even if you let Protoss get 1 additional base, you're still going to win long term.
Right.
I think he's just hoping, because I mean Protoss is dominating the match. I think he probably doesn't want to be flashy. He probably just wants to win the game. You know?
Yeah.
And don't overextend. Keep your army together. He's got a good mix of units, Goliaths, Vultures, and tanks. You know, he's not vulnerable in his main. He's built a lot of defense. Slowly push him. Take small gains. Take 1 base out, take another base out. Just slowly encroach on him piece after piece and never lose too much. And he's doing that to a T.
Here comes another recall. Here we go. 3rd base. Gonna get hit here. Zealots on top of the... Oh, huge storm on top of these SCVs as well. But SCV's kills not really gonna help you too much as a Protoss in this situation. What do you think? I feel like SCV kills actually helps Sharp a little bit.
Well, it frees up supply for army, sure. You, as Protoss, at this point to get back in the game, you need to recover a huge economic lead. He's trading a base for a base, which is not great. He's already got a spare command center there. I mean, how much more dunking on can you do? You know, you've got to reduce this army and take favorable trades, but can he do that? I don't know. He's got this big army in the left. He took out a base. He's going to move back to a central position.
Yeah, Sharp's doing a great job here of just moving his army and keeping it together.
Keep taking good trades. He's taking these great trades. Look at this throwaway. Look at the throwaway in minerals and gas in this army. There's no vultures here or no mines. This is going to be a slaughter if these vultures can get in here. Does he have any more spells? He's got 2 Templars coming up. He can get some storms down on these tanks. He can't.
Oh, the
vultures
storm's
come back
just
too
not
fast.
there.
They just weren't there in time. The vultures weren't there. He had opportunity, but he just couldn't take advantage. Like, if he had have taken those clump of tanks out, you know, maybe he gets himself back in this game, right? But it doesn't happen.
He does manage to take out quite a few tanks. We've dropped the Terran supply to 138. There's only 1 base like, mining right now for Sharp.
Sharp is still trying to harass. He's getting his minefield out again. Great. That's what you want to do as a Terran. Mines all over the map. Look at the map coverage. Just look at the mini-map for a second. Look at the map coverage of red versus blue. You know? He's forced him back into his base. As Protoss, really, you want to have a central position on the map to take advantage of your mobility. I mean, you've got Arbiters, but really your units are also more mobile as aside from Vultures. And the more central your Dragoons are, the more easily you can catch these Vulture movements, right?
Right.
I think that this game is all but over. I mean, maybe he had a couple of chances here or there, but he's pushed into a corner, and you never want to see that as Protoss. The map is split now, more evenly for Terran than it is for Protoss. I just don't see a way back in this game for him.
Well, we're going to have an opportunity here in a second with this recall.
He can take this base out.
Gonna do a quick recall here.
Oh, he's gonna.
I think many units.
even if he takes this base out, which he won't, this is still a bad trade.
That
He's
was
trading.
a great shot by Sharp, just targeting down the Templar
Yes,
there.
yes, it was. It was.
Picking that
You've
off
got
is huge.
That's the only high value unit here. I mean, you need splash. Got no splash. The last desperation flailings of a dying Protoss.
He's done very well so far for the Protoss race. He'll be
He
up
did.
these
He
other
did
three.
really good. You know, he beat up JYJ, and that's like you can't shit on that. That's a great win. That's a big win.
For
And he's
sure.
trying here. In theory, he could win this game. We've seen crazier things happen. You know. But it would involve taking out a huge group of tanks.
Looks like
he would
Sharp's
have
had
to,
enough coming over here.
He's sieging up on the high ground. Brilliant move. And on the low ground. How do you hit both groups at one time? The Protoss army is way on the other side of the map. In fact, he's moving these tanks down to siege the other base. Big minefield. It's going to be tough.
This is a hard map for Protoss, I just realized, when it comes to this situation. Having
high ground, low ground?
Yeah, having that high ground in the
honestly,
the boomerang high ground.
Anytime you've got high ground, it favors Terran because of tanks. And you know, I mean, that's the game.
Especially if you can reach a nexus from high ground, that I feel like that favors Terran so much.
Like
the range of their tanks.
It favors, you know, that's the hard part about balancing maps, right? High ground, in my opinion, and I am no one, so don't take my opinion as any sort of fact, favors Terran versus Zerg the most because Zerg has the least range and the most advantage over open terrain. But when you start to get into split terrain situations, it favors Terran the most.
Oh, going for the big storm.
Beauty storm.
Every single SCV
not gonna
goes
save
down.
The game. Not going to save the game, but still a nice moral victory. A nice moral victory for him.
He does finish off pretty much every SCV that Sharp has in this game. Even though he's killed all of that, though.
132 versus... What is that, 62?
Yeah, there's no real chance here for Best to come back. Sharp could just remake his SCVs right now. If
just fucking pick off every unit he has with Arbiters. That's right, 10 damage apiece. Just pop them. Oh, no, he's out.
GG. Best
GG.
taps out. Sharp gonna take that victory, man. He must be feeling amazing.
You know what? The right call, you know, send out your good player. Try and take a win off Best.
I don't think
I don't know about that map. Is that map Terran favored? I don't know. What do you think?
It feels like it really was there once we got into the late game. Felt very, very difficult.
Do enough damage. You know, when Best fought JYJ, he got the drops. He got the Reaver drop, DT drop. That's what you have to do against Terran. You need to slow them down. You know, whether it's picking off enough vultures or doing damaging drops, you know, you got to slow the roll. If they get rolling to that point, you're going to have a hard time fighting them head-to-head.
All right, well, Sharp Senpai takes down Best. I feel like the Terran players didn't think that, or they didn't think much of Best coming into this. Like, they thought they could probably just take him down.
Yeah.
It wasn't going to be a problem. They had to bring out their ace there.
They did, and now the ace is up against... What do you think? I think they'll put Bisu up against this guy to try and, you know, fucking carry him to death. Pew, pew, pew!
I don't think that Sharp is the greatest against carriers. His real expertise lies in getting those vultures in. Vulture tank is where he excels.
It's true.
He's not known for being some sort of like macro god or whatever, which is kind of what you have to be.
Like JYJ is a Flash knockoff, but Sharp is his own boy. He's Vulture boy.
Yeah.
He's gotten known for that, and that won in that game.
Yeah, Bisu.
I called it.
Here he comes. Sending him out next.
He's getting the fist bump. He's taking the power. It's DBZ all over again. He's giving him his power. He's collected a lot of energy, you know? Bisu, take your mask off for the extra oxygen. You need to breathe better, buddy. I believe in you.
Yeah. Now, Bisu doesn't need oxygen.
He lives off pure Terran tears. He's got a bottle of Picari sweat, but it's just full of the tears of the Terrans he's defeated. You know, have you seen Picari sweat at TNT? I have. I've always been curious. Have you ever had it?
I drank it all the time in Japan, man. It's huge over there.
Did you like it? Is it good? What is it?
It's kind of like a Gatorade knockoff a little bit,
Right.
except it doesn't taste like fruit. It's not like a fruity taste. It's more like yeah, it's kind of like a sugary, salty drink.
Tastes like meth.
It tastes like Terran tears is what it tastes like.
Oh, and let's hope he's got some Picari sweat in his belly right now. Or
he will soon.
Yes. I don't know what metaphor I'm trying to make, but let's hope he's got it.
That was always hilarious watching Flash back in the day, drinking Picari sweat, holding it in his mouth while he played.
Yeah, setting up his keyboard with a ruler and a fucking what is that thing called? It's like an edge tool. It's not called an edge tool in mathematics though. A corner. You know what I mean?
An edge tool sounds dirty, man. That's like something you buy on one of those dark web websites.
Well, I think you could just buy one in your local porno store, but no, like the ruler that's got the corner angle on it. Oh, he just used a regular ruler, didn't he?
I think he did use a regular ruler.
But he measured it.
Yeah, he was measuring the distance from the edge of the
keyboard
desk
to his desk. Yeah, he's everything the same every time. But I mean, I think that was honestly just like a psychological ritual before he got into game, and to psych out his opponents too, because he was known as like a perfect. It builds into his character, you know?
For sure.
His perfect mathematical precision tactics, you know. No matter what you do, I am precision built. He's like a robot, you know.
Yeah, there's never going to be a mistake.
Dude, I remember the first couple ASLs versus Jaedong, and I'm a huge Jaedong fan. He's my favorite player. You know what I mean? And I remember the couple where Jaedong beat him, and then that one where the power went out and like things and then like Flash ended up winning, and I was so salty. And then the next one, or the one after maybe, Jaedong 4-pooled every game in the set and lost it, and I was like, you know what? I'm sad.
That was one of my favorite matches of all time, is that one where the power went out. I remember watching that with Moltrap.
It was the most hype.
I believe Moltrap, Klazart, and Diggity were casting that.
Yeah.
And he made a comment about it was like a Starcraft pun, or no, a Star Wars pun, and then the entire power went out. It was hilarious. Shout out to those guys.
Shout out to the old. I don't know what they're doing now, or where they are.
Moltrap actually still does casting. Diggity too. Don't check them out. Yeah, I believe Moltrap has a stream.
Why is
Shout out to Moltrap. Hi Moltrap.
What the hell happened to their YouTube channels? Because I never seen them. I don't know, man. You're the most recent Broodwar caster I've seen in English, aside from Tastosis.
Yeah, they were.
I mean, they're the guys the other guys.
They were the originals, man. They were my favorite back in the day. They are where I get my inspiration. They were just doing it, man. They were like, they were just doing it. They were like, whatever, you know. This Korean thing, it seems cool.
Well,
deserves to have an English cast. Let's do it.
Is it really a Korean thing? I mean, I saw Broodwar when I was a kid. I mean, by a kid, I mean early high school, and it was just awesome. You know? And then,
yeah, but no one was doing it like the Koreans even back then.
Yeah, that's true. Except for Gur. Right? You can't discount Gur, man. He's one of us. He won. He's got it. You know what? On the record boards, on the big Stanley Cup, he's on there. Gur won one for us.
Nobody knows what the Stanley Cup is, man.
What? Really?
Really?
Well.
Oh, I guess they do have it in America too, right?
They do.
That's true. Okay, we're gonna get our next game. All right, guys, we're back. Took a short break. Well, not so short. One night. Had a little rest. We are back and ready to cast.
Hmm.
How you feeling, Jor?
Oh, just perfect. Just great. Fine and dandy.
I wish I was there in
And
the audience, man.
Oof.
So
One of those
fun.
front row seats. I could pretend to. I could cosplay as Bisu's dad. You know, give me that prime location.
Couldn't even tell the difference between the two of you.
There's no way. I don't know what Bisu's dad looks like, but with modern, get a good makeup artist.
I hear,
Some prosthetics.
I hear there's plenty of good plastic surgeons in Korea, man.
Oh, tons, yeah, for sure. And I don't know if I'd go that far. I go for the leg extensions because that's just awesome. If he's taller than me.
Get the
Depends if I'm gonna
reverse eyelid treatment.
Am I gonna be cosplaying his dad for the rest of my life, or just for one game? I mean, how much access do I get?
Well, KCM keeps going on forever, and assuming Bisu keeps getting in these games, man, you might want to continue.
That's true. That's true. I could maybe grease myself into a stream or something. Maybe make like a Twitter and an OnlyFans or something. I don't know. All right, what do we got going on? Okay, Bisu's going one gate gas. Danger. Look at him go. What do you think he's gonna go? Reaver, DTs?
I actually thought on a 4-player map like this, Bisu would have opened with a fast Nexus, but got other plans? Sharp may not
Maybe
be
he's gonna go.
it.
Like no one expects the one base carrier, right? He's got cybernetics core. He's teching really fast. He's going for something. He's going cheese. But what flavor?
I'm assuming a Reaver is going to be coming out. This is interesting building placement.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
I think he might
Still
be
only one pylon, I think. Maybe I'm wrong.
He might be hoping that Sharp
There you go.
scouts, not not
Full
all the way
scout,
into
but
the base, just scouts the natural.
Yeah, scouts the nat. Yeah, for sure. And then takes off, because you would assume, right, that at least you're going to start throwing down like a pylon on low ground or something. But he will. Oh, look, he's going to go cross map maybe, unless this is just the way that the. Yeah. Well.
Wow.
Whoopsie.
Going for end scout. He is going to scout Bisu so incredibly late.
And when he does scout him, he's going to be surprised. Bisu doesn't usually go DT. Not a huge DT guy. But we'll see. What's little probably doing? Oh, yeah, he's going to go Nexus now. Weird build, but... Alright.
Just a single gate, or a single Dragoon into Nexus. You can be very safe with this build if you continuously build Dragoons after this. Get up to 3-4 Dragoons. You can hold off almost anything.
Yeah. That's true. Vultures, tanks, whatever. I wonder if he's just super worried about early bunker rush because we see them so often. He wanted to make sure he was not going to get rushed. No chance of getting run over by the boys.
It seems like he just wants to play a really straight up game here against Sharp. To go for an eco cheese. Well, it's not really even considered an eco cheese anymore. The
pretty standard.
Nexus first, but not gonna risk it. He kills off that SCV, now can throw down his tech. Heard something go down there, but gotten a shot of the main base yet. I'm assuming Robo. Are in cross map as well. I don't think Bisu scouted Sharp's location just yet. The probe just now getting across.
He ran a probe down there earlier and it got shot up. He didn't get inside the nat, but I mean, he knows there are 2 Marines down there. Now he knows for sure. Sharp's probably... I mean, he's got his machine shop spinning. Gonna go for probably mines.
Yeah, he's got his vulture in position there. As soon as mines are done, he can just drop a couple in front of the natural. Maybe catch this Dragoon on its return trip here.
What do you think? You think Beast is going to go carrier? Is this map good for carrier? It's got a pretty big, wide open middle.
Yeah, I don't think this is the greatest map for carrier. I
Yeah.
haven't seen a whole lot of play on this map. It seems like a polypoid ripoff to me.
Well, yeah.
Surprised?
Fair. I mean, you know what? A lot of maps are going to be polypoid ripoffs now.
That's true.
It's a good map. We haven't seen anybody go carrier yet at all, and I mean, you know, it's I don't think it's typically optimal play anyway. But it would be nice to see because I think they're neat and they make cool sounds.
Does change the dynamic of this matchup a lot, but yeah, it's not in the meta right now. Not like when Snow was going 2-base carrier all the time. A couple years ago,
it's
but
just, it takes so long. It's so Goliaths build fast. They shoot good. Turrets are cheap. Tough, man.
I feel like the Terrans have just gotten a little bit too good at hitting those timings as well. Their macro is so strong.
And the scouting too. Scans. You can't really hide 2-base carrier either because you can't risk losing the Stargates. Like, you can't just throw the Stargates. And even if you lose the Fleet Beacon, it's so expensive. You can't really hide it. If you throw it down in some obscure position of the map and it gets picked off, it's like it's a pretty big loss.
Everything developing very normally here.
Throw down a mine at the potential 4th base. Bisu opting to go for this mineral only, right? Yeah, there's no gas here.
Yeah, Bisu being super careful with his Dragoon placement, making sure the Sharp can't slip by.
He might be being, I mean, you know, I don't know, man, but playing pretty cautious. Maybe too cautious. We'll see.
Well, let's see what he ends up doing with this Reaver as it pops out. The robotics is done. Sharp is pushing across the map. Where is he going with this push? Being
free tanks in a dream, baby.
Being followed by the Observer. Bisu knows this is coming. Seems pretty crazy to be sending this across the map at this point. Ooh, running in, there's the probe transfer. You should pick off some probes here. Looks like you will get one Dragoon. But no probe kills.
Misses the probes. Dragoon count's been cut pretty good, but
couple Dragoons kills is really good when you're coming in for the push. About 4 or 5 Dragoons are present. Oh my god, Bisu caught totally off guard by this. I thought for sure he saw that push coming with the Observer.
Just the vultures? Did he see the whole move out? Maybe he just assumed. Oh no!
In the natural as well.
This is
not falling apart right here. Looks like a Reaver.
He's gonna
gets dropped out.
That was good targeting to hit the one tank and the other tank.
The Reaver. Looks like he's gonna lose that Reaver though. 7-kill Vulture in the natural. Oh, all these probes in the corner.
Oh no, it's a massacre.
Oh my god, so many probes go down in that corner. Every single probe at the 3rd base has been killed.
Bunker worth its weight in gold. Just buying so much time for these vultures to pick the probe line off.
Wow, beautiful 2-pronged attack there from Sharp. Hitting the natural and the 3rd at the same time.
Keeps the Nexus, but loses his probe advantage. And look at the supplies. Straight even.
You know he's behind in workers right now as well. They're just hurting so badly here. I don't think he's going to be able to just mass up and take a big fight with Sharp and expect to win that. They're falling this far behind. He's going to have to do something with his Reavers here. He's got 2 shuttles.
Got 2 idle probes. He needs 2 forges. 2 gateways. He's got 2 of everything.
Yikes.
Where's the second observatory? He needs one.
These are just falling apart a little bit, man. Not mining with those probes.
You know, when you're super cautious with the Terran, you're not out on the map harassing, they have the option to try and come kill you. And it's like Sharp took that option pretty successfully. Still no Forge. He's opting to go cannonless because, I mean, he needs the mins. He needs the minerals for his rebuilding his probe line. Dragoons.
Can't really
Hopefully
afford
a
bunch of cannons at this point.
Nope.
Finally bringing these goons forward, but this is a risk. Sharp moves out and captures these goons.
Yeah, if he loses these, that is going to be a sad day in Protoss Town.
Very, very painful.
Looks
for
like
sure.
he's going to stop the bleeding here. Like, I don't think he's going to get hit by these vulture harass anymore. But he got in these shuttles, and can he make something happen? At this point, Terran's defense is set up. Like, you're not going to crack these bases. You've just got to hope to get that economic lead and take it into a later game. Get some better tech online. But he might try. I mean, hey, stranger things have happened. He's only got one tank in that nat.
One tank in the natural, 2 shuttles. Just backs right away. Not gonna go for it. There's only 1 turret and 1 tank in the natural, so I'm surprised he didn't try for it. I mean, you get desperate in these situations, man.
Yeah, he does have to make something happen.
That third base already floating out. Be saturated by Sharp here shortly. Ooh.
And he gets them.
Oh. The first 2 Templars both go down. That's so painful. Those should have been sitting in the natural, gaining energy and value for a long time there, but kills him off for just a cost of 4 vultures. That's an excellent trade for Sharp. Now he's going to try and crack this base, but he doesn't have an observer.
A very desperate play. This is very desperate. He's still got a Reaver. I mean, he pops the tank, pops the other tank. So, I mean, you know, he's going to get some damage with this Reaver, but...
Yeah, there's this focus fire. He loses the Reaver, he loses the shuttle.
Got no Zealot.
Push back. That's a really nice wall.
Yeah, he's got his fortifications all tucked away. If he had like 6 Zealots there, maybe gets more damage, but I mean, there's not even any SCVs at this base yet.
Yeah,
but I mean, he holds
much economic damage.
He buys the one thing, you know, Protoss really want, which is time, you know? Did he buy enough time? I don't know.
Buys himself a little bit of time anyway with that, with those few tank kills. It's going to slow down Sharp. His eventual push as he takes his 4th base. I don't think it's going to be enough.
Yeah, I mean, he hasn't lost very many observers, so you know, gotta give him that. Oh, here we go. Oh, dude, if he gets these tanks, he won't, but if he does, which he doesn't, it's a shame. Brave attempt.
It was a nice try. He wanted to get some big SCV kills there, but very, very quick pull away by Sharp. Really showing his class here, doing some great defensive tactics as well as those harassment moves. Now Sharp sharking around with frankly, a force of vultures that could probably just straight up take down these 5-6 Dragoons on the map.
You're probably right. Yeah, he's he's a little. I mean, you got to be worried though. You know, you lose all of your vultures, and then all of a sudden, you know, Zealots are just gonna run you over. Oh! Manages to escape with that one lonely shuttle. Map control firmly in Sharp's corner, and I mean, economically, they're on relatively even ground. 3 base versus 4. Pisu's going to try to take his 5th, but looks like he's finally got his forge. Good for him.
Sharp's approaching quickly that critical supply 160, where you generally see Terran decide to move out. Oh.
Pop. Just pops. I haven't seen the, let's see, 2-1? Yeah, he's got 2-1.
Got 2-1 and a bead on this 4th base as well.
Leave for your lives.
The Zealot drop. Countering this tank vulture. Harassment.
All Zealots. Uh-oh, that
is a ton of Zealots, for sure.
That's a scary force of tanks right there.
He's going to come forward and just take the center here.
All right, now if Bisu manages to surround and crush this army, still take this game. Got to take one of
Absolutely.
those real mint engagements. And he's also got to not lose his entire probe line again. Let's see if he can make that happen.
Uh-oh, he's already on the retreat here. Not a great start for
Sharp takes the
Bisu's
high ground.
army.
Yup. He's got to reload all of these zealots. His dragoons are fighting alone. They're only fighting vultures,
Oh.
but... Oh, no.
Massive mine hits there.
That's
And Sharp just
Okay, let's see
so
here.
nicely spread. Big drops.
kind of zealots in the
4.
background. Oh, he lost the Templar. You see
Oh.
that Templar get picked? That was great targeting by Sharp.
Only one storm ends up going off, and it's just not enough. Everything getting crushed here. Sharp just going to push forward. He's already in range of that first Nexus.
8 tanks in the
Reinforcements
dream.
arrive, and Sharp going to push forward for the win. Making another one for the Terran race. Bring
You
it
think
back
Bisu
now.
just dialed this game in? It seems like he just dialed it in. Played standard, you know. Let's see what his face looks like. Let's see how sad he looks. No, we don't get to see.
I feel like there was a moment there where Bisu really should have seen the move out coming with his observer, but it feels like he just caught the tail of it. He must not have been looking at his minimap at that time. Maybe he assumed it was a vulture or something.
He looks confused. Doesn't know what happened.
Doesn't know where that push came from, man. It surprised the heck out of him.
I think you're right. I mean, we saw the observer down there. Maybe he just saw the vulture and he's like, oh, he's gotta wait. Wait, he did not. But I mean, if you, like I said, you know, you let the Terran go unimpeded for that long, these little pushes, they happen.
It's not something
You know, he would
you
have been in...
expect to beat a Protoss player of his caliber. It was like a 4-tank push with a bunch of Marines and a few vultures.
And some vultures? Yeah, that's true. I think that setting up that bunker next to the third bought him so much time for those vultures in the back to pick off every probe. He must have killed like 12 probes. If that bunker wasn't there, those dragoons would have mopped those vultures up pretty quick. Just like with 2 vultures. Picked off every probe he had at that third. Couldn't come back.
Yeah, that was a really good play. For sure. I guess we're going to go to a short break here, guys. When we come back, got another match for you. Match number 5, I guess. It's going by quickly, and we will be right back.
Nice. You know, I think the music selection for ASL, pretty good. There's some bangers on there. It's kind of hit and miss sometimes, but sometimes you'll hear one of those opener tracks and be like, this is a good track.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Players 2, it's like a mix. The player intro tracks are just great. It's a mix between really sappy K-pop, like jazzy K-pop, and like Western. It's eclectic, an eclectic mix of music. It reminds me of pro wrestling. I never watched a ton of it, but you know, the intro music adds to the mystique of the player.
Oh, there's a lot of empty seats in this this event. I wonder if they're forcing social distance and stuff like that. Be annoying.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know, man.
That's too bad. I want to see a packed house.
Yep. Me too. I gotta get that.
Some support for KCM.
That fat outdoor arena.
Yeah,
I wonder what, like, did you ever go, I'm sure that you mentioned this before, but did you ever go see live games when you were over in Asia?
No, I never got the opportunity. I was planning to go for a vacation in Korea while I was living in Japan, but basically, as soon as I got there, coronavirus hit and then everything went to shit, so.
Oh, what a pain in the ass.
Yeah, it's only
Just like a little...
an hour flight from Japan to Korea. It's really, really quick, and it's very cheap.
It's like here to Calgary, basically. Probably cheaper, too.
It was really cheap. Like, a lot of people go vacation in Korea, and a lot of Koreans go vacation in Japan, so.
Just like us in the States.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Why wouldn't you? Take a little ferry, maybe. I wonder how long the ferry trip would be. Probably like 6 hours or something, right?
Yeah, it's probably very long, but yeah, not very Not a lot of sights to see. It's not like the Vancouver Ferry or something like that where you can actually
Yeah,
see some
that's
things.
true. Unless you like staring at the ocean. If only sea was in this game, that'd be a really good pun.
No, now we got Shuttle versus Sharp. Going to our next
Shuttle.
game. Match number 5.
AKA Jump Back 2. What do you think? His last name's Jump Back, probably?
Jumbach? Jumbach?
Jumbach. Yeah. The second.
Jumbach the second.
Fighting for the pride of clan CGJ. My eyes are not the best.
Oh, he's spawning in the bottom left, and we got Sharp down in the bottom right.
Ooh, look at this saucy giant map.
I believe
All
this
these
is
delicious
called
expos.
Vermeer, another sort of polypoid-esque map. There's a whole bunch of ramps in a sort of jutting in towards the middle of the map. It's an interesting one. Like we were talking about before.
Wheel-like fashion.
It kind of lends itself to those tanks on high ground. You can get tanks up on top of those mounds. Can deal a lot of damage. Can be very hard to break. But conversely, it's pretty hard to push as Terran if there's dragons standing on top of there. You can buy yourself a lot of time. Force multiple siege ups and go around. It's a very wide open map in the center, so plenty of options for counterattack. Not like that Monopoly map we saw earlier.
Right.
Plenty of space on this map, so hopefully a nice long game here. Like to see how these two match up in a late game.
That would be absolutely fantastic. What do you think of these two guys? You know, Sharp's hot. He's on fire. Shuttle, good player, solid, very standard. What do you think's gonna take it? I mean, Caster's curse and all.
I feel like Sharp has the advantage here. Shuttle, when I think about Shuttle, I tend to think more about late game Protoss versus Zerg as his sort of his forte. And he tends to get a little bit cheesy, kind of wacky in this matchup. Like, I don't think his Reaver play is the strongest. I don't think that his overall macro is the best. A lot of times he will go into DTs. Sometimes he goes into carrier. Maybe we'll see a carrier game finally.
Maybe. That'd be sweet. Win at every cost. You know, it looks like any third base that you take is going to have a gas, which is, you know, going to help a lot as a Protoss, assuming that he gets there. And he's also going to go for a gate and a core in the main before he takes his forge, and Sharp gets his CC up first. Goes for the eBay block. What a guy.
That's going to be annoying. He's going Dragoon first. He's skipping the Zealot as well, so that Dragoon's going to pop out late. The eBay is going to be almost halfway done, yeah, and it's going to take a while to clear this. Zealot clears this a lot faster, let me tell you, and it comes out way faster as well, so there's some good delay tactics coming here from Sharp. He's even going to try and run in as well.
Sneak in.
Good block.
Stopped on the ramp. Yep. Nice one.
But that was even more time wasted without this Nexus going down, and Sharp taking a good economic lead here.
Yes.
First
factory. Sorry.
Jinx. I think the third base on this map is a little bit hard to take for Terran.
Right, it looks pretty. Yeah, it's pretty exposed. It's like the distance between the nat and the third is. You can't cover both with your tank line, maybe. See. I think he's gonna go for drops. What does the behind the natural look like? I haven't really had a super good look. Wonder if you could possibly, because that's a wall. I wonder if you could sneak tanks behind, start shelling them from the other side.
I think there is actually water on the other side, but I'm not 100% sure on that. Looks like the robot gonna be scouted here.
Yeah.
This is kind of predictable from shuttle here because the positioning of the main base, flying just straight towards the right from the Protoss base, you can go either into the natural or into the main. With it's basically equal distance, so it's a good choice to go for drops on this map. Get right into the back there really easily, like dealing a little damage to this bunker. Gonna be repaired up.
Want to keep a little bit of pressure on map presence, which is good. Get himself out on the map.
Yeah, try
and stop any
vultures. For this early game deficit here. You know, he got his Nexus down a lot later, so forcing some SCVs off the line, forcing that repair, just kind of makes up those minerals, those lost minerals, a little bit.
Totally.
Oh, something's canceled.
Yeah, weird. Sharp still hasn't. He's probably. You think he's gonna go tank first to fight this off? He can't get a vulture out anyway. I mean, yes. What's the point, right?
A little dangerous here. 4 Dragoons, 2-shot of tanks, so he's got to be really careful.
He's playing that danger game.
Scary, man. Is Sharp gonna dive on this?
It's a lot like if you have a really angry wasp. You're like, you know, I could slap this, but if I do, it could sting me in the face. Hits the siege. And this will be pushed back.
Oh!
Didn't quite step out of range there.
Little misstep from shuttle, but that's fine.
Taking his third.
You know what I'm thinking?
Good call.
Actually, I think that might have been a starport that was canceled by Sharp. Because generally,
you think he's gonna go Wraith?
Yeah, I think he wanted to go Wraith, but maybe he was thinking that he built it too late. Ended up canceling it. Just a guess.
He's got the armory. I mean, like so he's gonna have Goliaths anyway. It's kind of
overkill.
Yeah, exactly. You know, if you're just trying to stop the shuttle, like Goliaths are gonna do that.
No.
Oh,
Sharp getting
out
too
of
greedy.
position.
Like 2 tanks gonna go down here for the cost of 2 Dragoons. That's a great trade.
Ooh. Yes. No zealots in this army at all. Just trying to. Is he really doing this?
He's going for the low ground kill. Gets another tank.
The tank.
Now this bunker has to be repaired once again. That is so rough.
Sets him back to the Bronze Age.
Yeah, Sharp got way too greedy. Way too greedy. He's not repairing. Oh! That was really dangerous there. He almost forgot to repair.
That was so close, yeah.
Looks like Sharp's gonna hold on now. 3 tanks lost, man. That slows everything down from the Terran. He's gonna be in a difficult situation here when that Reaver comes in as well. Not having enough resources to hold everything off. He is building that starport now.
He's thinking he's got 2 Goliaths. I mean, you can pick off 2 Goliaths pretty easy.
Well, I think that this is probably just kind of a... He's just going to relinquish the fact that he's not going to be able to do any sort of push. You know, he's just kind of resigned to that fact now. I think that's what the starport's about, is just he's going to have to get into +2, +3 before he even does this move out. He's not going to be able to hit a timing or anything. Nice pick off there on the Vulture. So he just gets the starport right away. He sets down his 3rd base on a high ground there, and he's going to have to take this into a long game if he wants to have any chance of winning here against Shuttle now.
Through that. You know, I think he got really greedy in his military, where he was like, I'm ahead. I'm going to get more ahead just by building a ton of tanks, cutting vultures, taking advantage of these 2 facts, because he had like 4 tanks, no vulture coverage, and no mines. And, you know, just able to run those goons up. Oh, here we go.
Shuttles in the main. Here comes the Reaver drop. SCVs book it out of there. And,
that was a good scoot.
Wow. Not going to get much here. Tanks are being sieged up. This Reaver is stuck in the back. There's a Goliath here, but no Goliath on the left side. Uh-oh. Turret in a perfect position.
He gets that tank. That was...
Oh! So many kills on these vultures during this attack. This is sharp. By the book, man. This is how he always wins his games. 2 vultures running into a natural.
That's all you need. 2 vultures.
9 kills on that guy before he
9
goes
kills
down.
on that one.
Oof.
I think maybe 8 kills on the other. I mean, is that reasonable? 16 kills? I don't know.
That is crazy. So much damage coming from those 2 vultures during all that chaos. You know that Shuttle wasn't paying attention. Just lost so much. And now Sharp, he's gonna take this expansion. He's even on supply. Doesn't have to worry about further drops for a little bit. We don't have a single shuttle out at the moment. So he's looking really good now. After that kind of misplay in the early game, losing those 2 tanks out in the front, he's put things back together. And through
he really pulled himself up.
Through vulture play, man. This is how Sharp always takes these TVPs. It's just some nice run-bys, getting in where he's not welcome, getting those kills. It's like another base gonna come down for Shuttle.
Decides to invest in the cannon. Always recommend getting that cannon.
Yeah, for sure. Drops can shut down your base pretty easily if you don't have that cannon.
Well, 1 cannon is still sketch. It'll stop the 2 vulture run by, but it won't stop the 6 vulture run by. What do you think? You think he's gonna get antsy, get super aggressive with these Templar drops?
We'll see what he ends up doing with this. This is the first Templar drop. It's the most important because it can be the most effective. You know, later on in the game, once the Terran is maxed out, killing off a bunch of SCVs is not going to be a huge deal. But right now, if he manages to wipe out this SCV line, he could potentially get himself back into this game. Really give himself a fighting chance. Oh, great scout there.
I think that might have been a blessing. He has so many unsieged tanks and vultures just sitting there, waiting. Sharp knows, you know, that he's going to have to try something.
He's waiting for it. He's in a great position here. Look at the wall that's being set up right now. Some supply depots in the front.
He's not getting across this bridge. There's no way.
Oh, 2 Templars get blown up immediately by the mines. Some great storms on these tanks here in the middle, but most of the army is on the left side, kind of just hitting some supply depots. Not really doing too much. That next storm doesn't hit those 2 tanks that were in the red. A ton of tanks here just sitting at very, very low health, but not going to get taken down, and Shuttle is repulsed. Has to fall back. That went about as well as I expected it to go.
Me too. Running into that, and he gets the transfer again. Running into a supply depot line like that, like a big wall, he could have gone around the top. I think would have probably been a better call. But you know, it's hard to make those calls when you're in game.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, he had the shuttles ready to go. He wanted to get the damage done as quickly as possible. Oh, he's losing so many probes. Shuttle a little bit impatient to get his probes transferred. Ends up losing nearly all of those transferred probes.
Yeah, this natural mineral line looking thin.
Very, very thin. He tries to get that 4th base saturated, but just not looking good.
Looking fat. Oh, he's trying again. He's trying again. Oh, just misses it.
Okay, 5
He gets a few. Yeah, he gets
not too bad.
Not too bad. That fat line, though, you want to hit that line of see these.
For sure, and we're getting close to that point I was talking about earlier where this is not going to matter nearly as much anymore. Sharp has the army kind of that he wants. He's already at 160 supply. As we get near and near to max, he will have the kind of killing army that you need to shove across the map and end this game. I don't think he wants to slowly expand out and take another base. That's not really Sharp's style. He wants to go for it here soon, and this is a great map for it. You can push out to those ramps in the middle and then keep that as a staging point from which to push into the natural.
It's a good point.
Setting up those mines, making sure his flanks are secure. We're going to see a big unsiege move here pretty soon, I think.
Yeah, at this point, like, as a Protoss, you really want to just trade relatively favorably. You've got to get some cost-efficient trades against the army. Like, harassment's not going to cut it at this point. Just flanking with his big vulture force, too. Pretty smart.
Oh, those mines.
Oh,
no, the Templar as well.
Big pack of
So
Templar.
painful. Every single Templar getting picked off before this battle can even commence.
That is not what you want to happen.
No, I think that Shuttle's just going to completely unsiege now. He's getting his hotkeys together as we speak.
We see this blob moving.
The red on the map.
The angry map. Wu-Tang Killer Bees.
Fourth base going to come down as this push commences. He's going right towards the ramp here. Takes that high ground. This is a terrible place to fight here. Shuttle needs to pull back from this location. I think he's going to get one more storm off. Kills one vulture with it. And the storms have not been doing well for Shuttle so far this game. Lose that last Templar as he pulls back even farther. So many Templars here in the natural are going to end up going down as well. Has to make an Archon. Just doesn't have anything take down this huge group of tanks, man. He needs so many shuttles to be able to...
He needs a miracle.
Yeah, he needs a miracle for sure.
I think he was hoping to pick off enough Vultures and Goliaths that he could run in with the Zealots and hit that big fat clump of tanks. But, yeah, it did not pan out. He's threatening to counterattack to buy himself some time. But, I mean, he'll buy himself a little time. But he needs, like, no rush 15 minutes right now.
Sharp is being
he's gonna get it.
super methodical as well. You know, he's not overcommitting into towards that natural. It can be so tempting once you defeat the army the first time to run in and try to break that natural immediately, but Sharp just pulls back. He waits for more reinforcements. Getting towards that max supply. He's going to be sitting pretty here in a second. He's going right towards the third base.
He totally isolated that army in the top.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he has split this army off. He could get flanked pretty good here. I mean, you know what? This is an opportunity.
This is a big opportunity for Shuttle, actually. A ton of army coming from the south. A big army coming from the north as well. Big bridge storm.
Oh, good storm.
Huge storm on those tanks. Nice. He's going to shove forward with these Zealots, but now is going to run the risk of funneling himself through this small area. Oof. End of that battle.
That was about as good of a trade as you can expect. He just didn't have enough.
Oh, and now his supplies drop so far. Another great storm. And another one.
Another great storm. Yeah, I gotta say, his storm like was been...
Hey, maybe he can actually stop this. I don't think he can save the base in the center left. But maybe he can save this one.
Tanks are not in range of the necklace.
He's actually holding on for now.
D-Matrix OP.
Matrix super strong, keeping that alive forever. Now finally going to be in range here. How's that cannon not firing? Don't explain that to me. I guess it's not powered. A little bit out of range. We've got a bunch of gateways in the top left. Shuttle trying to get into that
Oh.
late game Protoss, but I think he's been cut off at the neck here. Just moments
Yeah,
before he could get there.
split in half. And let's say in theory, he defeats this army and he retakes that base. He's going to find himself in a split map position, which is, not ideal.
For sure.
Here we
not
go.
Ideal. Here we go. Gonna dive on top of these
Last battle of
tanks.
the game.
There's the mine drags, but
Good mine drag.
probably not good enough. Actually, these last few tanks are already low from earlier storms. A lot of them do get taken out, but now Shuttle has to retreat once again. I think he's going to lose this fourth base. Still laying down storms, though, on the advancing Terran forces is a great tactic for slowing things down, wearing down the Terran. I mean, how many tanks does he have at this point? Can't be that many.
170 supply worth. He's eclipsing them. Quick build 20 cannons. No, too late. Good game.
GG. Sharp takes down yet another Protoss player, leaving only Mini in the wings here.
What a good clinic of vultures and how strong they are.
Absolutely. Sending in vultures at the right time. And
He did the harass.
it can absolutely win you games, man. It just wins games.
And it wins him a lot of games specifically. He's a master of vulture players. Picking off those High Templar too.
Yeah, man. It takes a lot of presence of mind, I feel, to send in vultures right as a lot of chaos is going on the map, but he seems to just consistently do it every single time. He's getting dropped, he's going through this kind of crisis scenario where there's a bunch of zealots and reavers being dropped in your main base, and he has that killer instinct, send in the vultures to the third base. Gets a ton of damage.
That's true, and it's like a lot of the time too, Protoss will have almost everything at your front door and in your main. It's rare that you see Protosses keep 2 or 3 goons back at the third if they think they're safe. If they think they have the Terran pushed into a corner, they're going to have almost everything there to keep them there. And it's a great time to send in the speedy boys.
Right. Well, Sharp, can he actually take an all kill here? He's gone so far and is so close to getting that all kill prize.
Would it be an all kill? Did he take out every Protoss player?
Every single Protoss player so far, man.
That's right. He has, yeah.
It's crazy.
You take a nap and you forget the last 4 games, folks. That's how it works. That's what naps do. I don't know, man. I think he's hot right now. He looks confident. He's laughing with his team. I think he has a real good shot here. Our last Protoss player is Mini?
That's right. So Mini gonna come out.
That's a tough nut to crack. They kept their... I don't know, man. I think that Mini is probably at least Bisu tier.
Oh yeah, if it's versus Zerg, I feel like Mini is really next level just because of his kind of creativity in the matchup. I don't think the same creativity has been shown so far in the PvT match, but maybe he's got something new here to show us today.
Maybe he's going to get all crazy with it. It is it's easier to be, I think, creative versus Z. He's a tough nut to crack. They get really good defensive positions pretty early. I mean, if you're going to be aggressive and pull something fancy, you really have to do it, first shuttle. If you want to get crazy.
Is it going to be hallucination? Is that
I hope so.
Is that the secret trick? Is that the special tactics that are needed?
Hallucination is new meta, man. If you hallucinate, I can't wait to see them starting to hallucinate zealots to drag mines, because, I mean, those cost more than vultures. Do people know this? The zealot is 100 minerals. If you lose 4, that's a nexus you could just throw up randomly like every Protoss I play does.
Oh god, don't even get me started. Protoss players.
Just, oh man, how many times have you been one-based Zealot all in, and you like call them out in the chat, and you're like, dude, I know that you're just masking Zealots. Like, what are you doing? And they just don't respond. 2.5 minutes later, 40 Zealots show up at your base. You're like, well, these are all gonna die now. You're gonna leave the game without GGing on that.
Not too much. That actually hasn't happened much. What happened to me is you think you've trapped the Protoss on 2 bases, dealing with their attacks and everything, and then they don't come out of their base for a little while. You're like, what the fuck are you doing? Then you scout, top left, top right, some random base, and they've put 6 cannons on high ground. Like, my god.
Yes, 600 cannons on that, and you're like, oh man, where's my siege tank? My Sky Crab's not gonna break this in time.
Yeah, so frustrating.
All right, here we go. What do you think? Is this the same map? Give me a play-by-play on this map, Sane. What do you think?
This is Polypoid. Probably the most played map of all time.
Oh, okay, we'll just edit that out in post. We'll pretend I said something smart.
So Polypoid cross map. What do you think? Mini gonna go for a quick Nexus here?
If I was him, I would. You've got to get saucy. I mean, you're the last hope for your team. I mean, just send this probe out to the middle and make 2 gates, man. I mean, just, nope. Not this time.
Just ASL finals it. Come on, Mini.
Jaedong 4-pool 3 games in a row. Let's go.
Yeah, that was a wacky series. Wasn't that versus Queen?
It was versus Flash. When I just remember one of the ASL finals when Flash was on the way up and Jaedong was on the way down. He 4-pulled him like twice in a row.
Oh, really?
In the finals? Yeah.
I
was so disappointed.
I'm just thinking about Mini when he lost a final game in ASL finals with a 2 gate in the middle. That versus, I think it was versus Queen. Made it all the way to the finals. Played every single game, and on the very last game, he decided to 2 gate in the middle and got wrecked. He's
like, I don't know if I can beat this guy legitimately, but I tell you what, I've got a chance. If I do it like this, I've got a chance. It's like, did you ever watch Artosis? He did this kind of breakdown about he got to play a pro player in some tournament or some game somewhere, and he broke it down after how he cheesed him. It was on the map that had the creep colonies on the ramp, and he did like he was playing a Protoss, and he did like a timing attack with medics and marines and possibly firebats. I don't know. It was a really good clinic.
I definitely remember that map, but don't remember that breakdown.
Yeah, he did a clinic on how you can do like a planned built cheese, and even I can beat a pro. If I do the cheese right. I learned a lot.
Yeah, that's how a lot of people learn how to play RTS is by rushing. Figure out how people hold your rush, and then you can learn from how people play safely. Kind of copy that style, and then learn the game that way. It's not like it's not very productive to start off in an RTS by just trying to play like macro.
That's true. I think it's a couple of things. It's like, first you want to learn how to micro your units and how they move. It's more exciting if you rush, because if you're like a noob and you try and play a macro game, every game will be the same. You'll try and do a build for 10 minutes, and then you'll just get rolled over. And it's like, well, this sucks. Pop.
Yeah, or you will macro up, and then the other person's already got 5 bases. You know what I mean? By the time you're leaving your natural, just because you're not as good as they are. But
as you scouted 7 minutes with your entire army.
Yeah.
Good times.
Yeah, they're already maxed out, and you're just starting your first attack. That's kind of how it goes if you're a noob. But if you can learn a quick build order, some sort of rush, you can learn a lot.
And when you win, it's fun. It's fun to win, even if you win in a sleazy way.
For sure. Don't need to tell me.
We all know it, folks. I know every single person listening to this is either 2-gated or 4-pooled somebody at some point. One, and felt good about themselves.
Oh, yeah. Of
100%.
course.
Blocked. Get out of here. Stay off my ramp. Get off my lawn. All right, well,
he's not going to make it in, but the Vulture here
he's got backup.
has the potential. Kind of bait him out a little
Dropping
bit.
some mine. Is he going to drop the mine? Nope. Not yet.
He thought
So
about
far, he did. He was thinking pressing that drop mine button, but did not.
He
Yeah, I think
realized
this is
he
pretty
didn't
easy
have
so
it.
far. What do you think? I mean, like, Mini's had his Nexus up first. Oh, greedy! Look at greedy Gus over here, taking a 3rd CC already.
Oof.
That's
Well, that's
the
wild.
stones on this kid. Versus Mini too. I don't know if Sharp has enough faith in himself if he's doing something like this. But we'll see if it pays out.
Mini's just coming across the map, man. Does he suspect something? Why is he putting on so much pressure right now? 3 Dragoons are converging from 3 different directions, and this is scary, man. Looks like this mine's gonna connect. Huge mine connection there. Another mine gonna connect.
Oh, no.
Oh, that's
He's gonna
so
try and drag
rough.
this in. Drag that mine in. Oh,
Wow. Perfect play there from Sharp.
no. He didn't see the CC. He doesn't really know. I think that he suspected because there were no mines. He didn't see any vultures dropping any mines. He's like, something's got to be up if he's not dropping mines right now.
Tilted ahead from Mini. You can see him visibly upset there after those Dragoons went down. He is in a terrible spot now. He throws down his 3rd base immediately, but
Mines make me salty too.
that's not even going to get him...
Ooh.
Oh,
That Marine.
oh,
Champion.
so good.
No, Mini, please.
Trying to use that hold position micro, and if you guys don't know, the mines are pretty low priority for whatever reason, even though they deal so much damage. If you're just barely in range with your Marines when the Dragoons move forward into mine range, they're not able to do this sort of micro. But
That was really good.
Sharp doesn't move forward like he was before, and all the mines get picked off, but Bunker does finish. I think he's still going to be okay here. I feel like Mini maybe needs to take another base right away. Not sure if that'll even get him into a good position.
Yeah, I mean, with the losses he's taken, he's got 2 options. He's either got to go all in, or take another base. I mean, I see a little Probly down there. Looks like he may have taken that base in the 3 o'clock. Oh, here we go. Yeah. Good call.
So double expand from Mini. Still, his probe number is going to be kind of low here. And he's going to be a skeleton defense for a little while as he builds up. Of course, Sharp probably not going to push out for quite a while.
Does that... Oh, I want to see this base in the 3. I want to see what he's got set up. Like, I think he's got a pylon wall there. He must.
Oh, yeah.
But, I mean, is Sharp gonna... He's got no star port, so he's probably not gonna drop vultures at any time. But, I mean, Mini's got to be worried about the vultures, right? The speedy
for
boys.
Sure. I mean, this is Sharp we're talking about, so for sure. He's got to be on his toes when it comes to vulture run-bys.
See if this Reaver can do anything.
He really needs it to do something right now. Sharp has been playing such a good game so far. This is a good spot. Going for the tank. More shot. Pick it off.
Right on.
Nicely done.
I mean, he got a tank.
Decent pick off there.
It's better than nothing, and he slows him down. Keeps him on his toes, keeps him back, keeps him scared. Didn't lose the Reaver. All in all, what more could you want?
All right, we're back.
Hello again.
A gap in the video. I'm not sure why this one ended up getting split into 2 videos, but it did, so here we are.
It's always good to eat, folks. You gotta have a snack sometimes, you know? Sometimes it's snack time.
I took the opportunity to go have some dinner.
Why
But we're
wouldn't
back, though. We're in a relatively even game here. Of course, Mini threw
We
away
are.
a few Dragoons there in the early game, and Sharp got his 3rd base out really, really fast, which should give him the option to push here very early, maybe even around 11 minutes.
What do you remember what the normal timing is for a Terran push, like the first push? Usually what, like 11?
Yeah, it depends on if you want to get +2 first or not. I mean, he's not going to have +2 by 11 minutes here. He didn't start with a really early armory or anything. He, you know, had to invest a lot in defense to get that 3rd base up. But I think he pushes with +1 here at about 11 minutes. He's
Got
already
that
at
starport coming up.
100 supplies, got all his factories finished, so he can really start to pump them out now.
That's a good point. Excuse me. You think he's gonna go like Wraith counter the dropships? You think he's gonna drop himself? Because drops, I think, would be really strong here. I mean, he's got all these extra bases, and he probably wants to put a hurting on with some vultures, right?
Yeah, that would be a great idea, actually. You're right, he is spread out very far. He hasn't spent a lot in building up cannons, defenses at every single base, so there's some opportunities there. He's got 2 forges in the center right. Neither of them are spinning, which is a bit strange to me. And now Mini gonna dive in here to the main. Another Templar.
Keeps going. Here he comes. Oh,
okay, just a
Reaver. I thought it might have been a
2
desperation
Reavers.
Reavers. 2
Oh, 2 shots.
Nice. That, you know what? Was that worth? Almost worth it.
Almost. 2 tanks. A few other kills. The only thing is now he doesn't have those Reavers for when this push comes, and you can see we're at 11 minutes 30. Sharp's at 130 supply. He's ready to start moving. He's already unsieged everything and is just heading out across the map, resetting those rallies, getting things ready. Take this engagement. He's chasing down the Dragoons in the middle of the map.
This lone pack, this sad pack of 4 goons.
He
Getting
just has
bullied.
so much.
Does. Yeah, this is.
Oh no!
Oh no!
The Sharp
That's
special
blocking.
running into the natural
every
here.
game, this guy. Every game.
Killing off a ton of probes in the natural. Meanwhile, this 3rd base gonna get assaulted here. Not too many tanks in this attack group, but 2 vultures still in the natural, killing off so many probes.
Smartly backs off. He's got no vulture support, so he's like, you know what? I'm gonna leave. And Hero probe gets the last hit.
I think it was a perfect idea. I mean, just put on that pressure at the 3rd, and then as soon as all the vultures are dead,
Leave. Yeah.
back right off. Get himself into a great position here, right along this wall. Very difficult to break, of course, with 2 shuttles full of zealots. Maybe he can do
Reavers.
it. Still building Reavers, dropping more zealots in the middle here. Ooh, a big mine drag. Still no zealot speed, actually, funnily enough.
Where did all of those vultures go? Did he really pick all those off? He like had like 8-ish vultures there. He must have gotten murked off screen.
A lot of vultures got taken down there by those Reavers, actually. Reavers so good against clumps of vultures. But I'm shocked he doesn't have zealot speed yet. That is crazy.
Where is his template? He's going hard into the shuttle gateway style. Shuttle gateway Reaver. Because yeah, you're right. Like, his Templar tech is super late, especially for being on 5 base.
He's
Those
managed to
zealots
hold
look
off
so sad.
Managed to hold him off for a little bit. He did reset that tank count, so it's going to take a while for Sharp to build that back up, but he's got his 4th base. Still putting that pressure on. Keeping Mini back.
Yeah, that tight vulture has more Reavers.
Holy cow, that's a lot of shuttles.
4 shuttle low zealot Reaver drops.
Is there a second robo somewhere? I didn't see it, but Feels like there must be.
Yeah, I think he must have one in the main too, right? To have this many shuttle reavers. At the rate he's losing them too.
That's gotta be. This looks like.
Corsair.
This looks like a fastest possible map. Fastest possible map drop. Watch your drones. Your SCVs, here he comes.
Oh no!
Bringing the Corsair to soak up all the damage from the turrets. Diving
Worked
right
pretty
on
well
top here. Looks like great focus fire though from Sharp to just kill that Reaver instantly. Now it's just pure Zealot versus all this, and Sharp gonna clean this up relatively easily.
Nice job on Sharp's end. Holding that off. Really good. Yeah, when I saw those 4 Goliaths there, I was like, oh no, this is not good. He needs to get Disruption Web, man. What's he doing?
Missing a critical part.
Yeah, with that Corsair versus Terran play, gotta have it.
Like these Dragoons caught in the top left-hand corner. He's gonna push them right towards the back. Oh no, mine's on the ramp as well. These Dragoons all gonna go down, I think. Oh, he actually managed to make it up the ramp. That is shocking. Really good control there.
That is a really dangerous looking pack of vultures. Like overwhelming numbers.
That was scary there for a second.
Look at the supplies. I mean, 180, very strong supply for Terran. I think that Mini probably just wants to keep him from taking another base. And he took the top left. He's probably not going to... Oof. Probably not going to be able to hold that forever. Probably not going to be able to hold that for the next 45 seconds. And he cleared out the bottom right.
Do we have any more Reavers being produced? Flying over towards this new base. He should have Templar by now, at least. I don't see it just yet. He's heading over towards this pack of Zealots, going for a counterattack here. Can he make something happen? Flying directly in over top of everything. Gonna drag these mines. Big mine connections there, killing off a lot of stuff. We do have Storm as well. No good storms on these SCVs just yet, but he's starting to clear out the tanks and vultures. Wow, even more Templar joining this fight. Sharp's army is all coming back here to deal with this attack. I think Mini's time to pull back as he gets these storms off.
Nice. I think he smartly saved his storms for the army. Wants to reduce that army count.
It's a pretty good storm.
It was, yeah. 1 DT here. Bravely going to try and hold off this base. If he can escape being killed by mines, exploded.
Looks like
One
he
brave
does
Dragoon.
Hold that base, and bottom right is being taken. I think Mini smartly deciding to begin just refugee protoss, expanding all over the map, throwing down gateways in every different location. It's gonna be hard to kill him if he manages to get gateways in the top left and bottom right as well.
True. Yeah, he's getting a real head start on global warming here. Just refugeeing everywhere. Just take every base. He can't. Can he stop them all? How many tank and vulture packs is he going to need to shut down every base? I mean, I think he's going to have to give up the top left. He's sending these goons up here possibly to try and save it. I don't know. I don't think he's going to make it though.
Yeah, that Nexus is getting low, and there's quite a few mines in the way as well. We'll be able to save this base, of course. More Templar's gonna fall in the natural. Oh, barely saves that. Nexus does fall in the top left.
You know what? He is being tricky. He's pulling out the Corsair to soak damage trick. Look at that.
That is really smart. I'm surprised we don't see more players using that, but he gets the Reavers in here. He's gonna start to focus down whatever it is he wants to focus.
I don't think that Reaver had any Scarabs built. It took forever to launch that. Yeah, it did.
For sure.
Well, it's not spinning, but will he get it?
Feels a little bit useless at this point. He already has 3-2.
That's good.
Getting the armory. Not
I'm glad
the
someone's
paying
attention to upgrades. You know, I think that he's got this is. I think this is pretty even. You know, Mini's got himself into a good spot. He's taking all these bases, setting up his gateways. I mean, look at the bank. He's
The
got
bank is
supply.
huge. I'll give you that. That is a massive bank. This guy is
That's a
balling
lot of
out of
zealots.
control right now. 4,000 minerals. He's completely maxed out. He can make a crazy gateway army here just on what he's got bankrolled. That is insane number of zealots. He's going to push forward here. Sharp getting caught in the middle. This is not that many
late
tanks.
siege.
Late
Yep.
siege up, and the Templar are going to start to fire. Huge storm in the middle. Another huge storm. Holy cow, that was great storm. Two
That is
great
a-
storms. Wow.
That was extremely impressive showing of how to trade cost efficiently against the Terran army. That's what you got to do, man.
And Mini is back. He's completely back in this now. I mean,
He's in control of this game. He rebuilt that base in the top left too. Sharp is ambitious, taking the base close to it on the high ground. But I mean, throw a bunker, some turrets, and a tank there, and it's unbreakable, right?
holy cow. Sharp lost so much there, but he is pushing down with this small group towards the bottom right. There's nothing here for Mini. Sending 3 shuttles, though. Is this enough to hold off with 3 Goliaths? If he focuses this down, I think he can stop this.
Missed it. Missed the
Pretty
picks.
good drops
But-
here. Storm coming out. His tank's still alive for the most part. The 3...
Good storms. Not enough.
Oh.
What is that mine doing? It's rethinking its life decisions. Do I really want to kill these goons? Am I really on the right side in this war? I don't know. He wants to see Mini go 1-2. He wants to see another game. Mine, bro.
It's like Mini is going to lose the bottom right. That's very, very painful. He has the top left, though.
No arbiters to reinforce, really.
Oh,
He's going with this really heavy shuttle style. Look at the number of shuttles this guy is using.
5 shuttles. Oh, nice mind, right?
Nice job. Nice job.
Got the Templar for the SCV kills. So
He got that one SCV with the storm. Worth it.
probably the least efficient.
Yeah, this
Templar
base
in
by
the game.
Sharp goes down.
He does shut that base down. Oh, another base down at the 6 o'clock. What do we have for mineral count for Sharp right now?
1,200.
Oh, he's still mining at the 3rd and 4th base. I think the 3rd must be getting pretty low by now.
Who's the real refugee now?
I guess Terran is moving around the map. I mean, taking bases on opposite sides.
And
is
he's
a
going to
good
say,
way.
he built more Reavers. 2 more Reavers to pick off the tanks.
Wow, taking a page out of Snow's book, but this is a huge amount of kills. Maybe should have put those probes inside of a shuttle, man.
Shuttle? Good call. That's a good call. You know what Reavers are weak to? Mines. Oh. Not today. Not today, says Mini. God, this guy is doing this on a Gateway Reaver army and putting the boots to Sharp, shutting him down, saving the space, and he's buying a ton of time. Even if he picks this base off, got the top left.
Yeah, but potentially Sharp gonna hold this base and make it a split map situation. That's never
True.
good for Protoss.
You know
Can
what?
Mini make this next drop work? It looks like he wants to go to the center left. He's starting to pull back. No, he's going in.
Carrier.
Here we
Oh,
go.
he is. What a crazy, crazy man.
Is he switching to carrier?
I don't know, but it would be a smart decision.
Holy cow, that's a lot of storms. There's going to be huge storms on this ramp as well.
He sneaks up the
Reinforcements coming
ramp.
up here. Dragons coming from the right side as well, trying to pick off some of these reinforcing units.
Backdoor
Running
Express here.
directly into huge lines of tank fire. That was a rough trade there at the end. Now this Archon with 13 kills gonna be slain in the 4th base of Sharp.
Okay, banks are reset. Mini has a little bit of a supply lead, but you know, only 30, and most of that is in zealots.
That's true, and
Oh, he's gonna see the space. I don't know if he knows about the 6 o'clock yet, but this observer might come down because this is really vulnerable to shuttles right now. You could just scoot around the right hand side of the map, drop down there with like Reaver Zealot murder.
For sure. I mean, he definitely wouldn't have dropped, I think, into the center left if he knew about the 6 o'clock base. Just much juicier target. Those are fresh mineral patches.
Good call.
There's a ton of SCVs down there. There's only one turret for the defense, so Mini gonna get ready for that next drop. So far, he's just pushing through the middle of the map, looking for opportunities here. Oh, storm on those science vessels.
Jinx there on that whoa.
Sharp gonna take bottom right, looks like. Oh no, again.
No cannons,
every
man.
time.
He's building too many shuttles and not enough cannons.
Definitely
you gotta
have
cannons
over
per
in
base,
that location. Very frustrating. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Where are the units of Sharp? All headed down to the bottom center to deal with this one shuttle.
He's pulling apart. He's taking them apart piece by piece, taking advantage of the mobility of his army in these shuttles.
So many SCVs are going to die here. He's ready for the army to come and reinforce as well.
How many mining bases does he have, too?
Oh. So many SCVs. He's going to go for the storm. He misses the SCVs, but...
misses the bulk, pops a couple tanks, and these Zealots are going to get on top of this tank line.
Big storms coming up as well. Huge, huge storms there.
Juicy.
Rushing through those tanks, and he's going to clear this base as well. Mini playing the game of his life right now.
Lift to save your life. Oh, he did lift. Okay. You know what? Like, Sharp is down to like one mining base. He could just starve him. He could starvation Protoss this Terran.
Like moving up towards the top left, but the retreating storms are so good for Mini, just picking up these vultures over and over again, backing up little bit by little bit, dropping the storms as the tanks siege up. He's doing a great job here, and I mean, all that Mini needs to do is break this little attack, hold onto that base, and he should be fine.
You know what? He is playing Refugee Terran. He took a refugee base in the bottom right, hoping that Mini doesn't see it. 2 shuttles are going to come here, but this base is defended. He doesn't know that the natural of the bottom right is completely undefended and taken.
Oh, big storms once again. Oh.
Not bad.
Those
and he's going to scout the base by accident with his shuttle.
Oh, another great storm. Zealot drops. Oh, Archon actually, and another Templar popping out. These SCVs are so low. Great storms every time. Mini just constantly landing amazing, amazing storms. He's so far ahead in supply now as well, doubling the Terran supply. Can he pull this game out? It feels still so close despite the supply disadvantage here.
Yeah, I agree. This game is balanced on a knife's edge. And he saved a Templar in that shuttle. Oh man, you know what?
One more. Oh.
At this point, he has taken out so many SCVs that it is worth it, money-wise. He doesn't have the big bank of SCVs. I think he's wiped out most of the transferred supply. Look at the supply.
I think you're right. There's not very many SCVs left over. I don't see anywhere else that's mining. Just these 2 bottom right bases.
Sharp's usual ability to pick off Templar with vultures, you know, we just don't see it this game. He's not. He's having to use his army defensively, pulling it around, you know, defending himself, keeping himself alive.
I think this is it, man. I think that Sharp's been broken.
Crazy.
Just a continuous Templar drops, Storm drops, Zealot drops over and over and over again, and finally worn Sharp down. He started off in
Yep.
such a great place. He looked like he was going to get that all kill, but like just
You know what?
100 supply differential is no laughing matter, man. He's not going to be able to bring this one back.
Well, he builds that Wraith finally.
Oh,
He finally builds that Wraith. Yeah, I wonder if it all comes back to being able to get that really early economic lead. You know, setting up that Nexus so much faster than the command center. You know, put him in a really good spot, and he, you know what, his micro has really been on point. His storms have been exceptional.
I feel like the turning point, that battle in the center of the map where he got those amazing storms, just crushed the army. And since then, I mean, Sharp's just been on the back foot, man. He hasn't really been able to recover. Constantly trying to chase the Protoss army around the map, and now he's got to chase it down into his main base. Sharp taps out. GG. Mini finally shuts down this behemoth.
He's so sad. I feel bad for him. That was
Berserker.
GG. That was a great game.
Sharp has been
Berserker.
stopped. Oh,
I set factory on fire, Berserker. Yeah, once those factories go on fire, I don't know, the game's pretty much over at that point.
Sharp looking a bit salty.
Yeah, he does.
I think Mini on
Probably
like,
disgusting.
just so good there. Just so good. Mini. How can Royal beat this guy?
I don't think he can. I mean, if I was going to bet, you know, my life, and I had to, obviously I'm betting on Mini. But anything can happen, folks, especially with modern bunker rush style. I bet they're giving him a clinic right now on how to bunker rush this guy. I mean, he went Nexus fast. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I often am, and that's why I'm not a caster. But he still went like Gateway Core before Nexus last game.
Oh yeah, and
Yeah.
I think they both opened pretty normally, but Sharp just went for such an early third command center. It's a really risky play. It tends to pay off with a very, very strong mid-game push, and we saw that. So many probes got killed.
Oh yeah. Sorry guys, we had a break between like the beginning of the game and the middle. But I remember like it was kind of worried because Mini he knew that he took that early third, and Mini sent all those goons down, and it looked like the game was heavily in Sharp's favor, right?
Mm-hmm.
But Mini with that dope micro, you know, smart double expand economic play just brought it back. He's just good, man. This guy's just really good.
So strong with double robos, just immense numbers of shuttles, and the Corsairs really paid off. You very, very rarely see Corsair used to that extent. You might see it once in a game. It's very close, but he just continued to use it over and over and over again, breaking into those Terran base, into the Terran base, dropping off Reavers, getting those great storms.
To quote Artosis, don't think I've ever seen this in a game before. For a bunch of Corsairs that did literally 0 damage, those were the highest value Corsairs I think I've ever seen.
Those were very high value Corsairs.
Take the guns off, make them cost 25 minerals less. Am I right?
Only against Terran.
Only against Terran. That's right.
Yeah. All right, we've got another PvP coming up here shortly. I have no idea what that map name is. I'm assuming it's one of the ASL map pool maps. That's what we've been going with in KCM so far. I like to keep it consistent. Let these guys practice and play on the same maps that they practice and play on in the ASL.
I didn't know that. That's a good point.
Yeah.
That's really nice. So I recognize the player on the left, and I kind of recognize the player on the right too.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go over the casters real briefly again. Left that's not Shine. That's
Piano.
Oh, piano.
also known as organ.
Yeah. You think that's related? You think he just likes stringing like instruments that go bing bong?
I think in Korea it's something to do with like the way your fingers move when you're playing the game. It looks like you're playing piano.
Right,
You know?
right. Very
So,
clever. Actually, that's a very clever name.
yeah.
And what about the guy on the right? Do you remember who he is?
No, I looked him up just before we started the cast, and I did mention his name before, but now I am drawing a complete blank. He's been around for a very long time. He's a Protoss player.
I recognize his face, but and I like him because we have the same hairstyle and the same build. We got chubby boys. He's just better at Starcraft than me, and he gets to wear a cool suit. And he's on TV. That's pretty neat.
I think that goes
Right,
without
so
saying that he's better at StarCraft.
look at this. Look at this Team Terran. It had a little smiley face. I wonder what that was all about. This will probably be like Team Protoss. Or are we gonna? Do you want to cut ahead? Are we gonna keep answering?
Yeah, we're gonna keep going right up
Why
until
wouldn't
the
ya?
game starts. We'll take a little break and then we'll come back
Nice.
for our next game. Minnie looking very calm, man.
He looks like he's prepping himself mentally. He's just focusing. You can tell he's riding high off that really awesome victory because he played great.
Yeah,
His hands are on fire.
it's a big difference between, in the middle of that game when he lost those Dragoons, he looked tilted.
Defeated?
He looked tilted.
Yeah,
And
he did, but he brought it back.
yeah, he came back. He kept it calm, and now you can see the calmness on his face here. He is ready for anything, whatever Royal's got to bring. Bring it on, man. He's ready.
Yeah, bring it on. That's what he looks like. He's got that face of, you know what? I can take this guy. I know I'm better than him. Royal, he's got that look like I can take this game. He knows he can win. But Minnie looks like he knows he's going to win. Yeah, folks, this is what happens when you don't just scream about imbalance and how bullshit the game engine is. When you just calm down, focus, hands on the keys, and just do your best, you can win. Even from a behind position.
All right, guys. The moment that Jora went to take a pee, I immediately remembered that caster's name. His name's Movie. Very famous Protoss player. He did play recently in ASL as well, though he didn't show up quite as much as expected.
Remember him, round of 8?
Yeah, he did pretty well.
Yeah.
But wasn't looking totally on top of the meta. It's tough to come back. If you take a long break from this game, especially, so much has changed. Be really very difficult. You can see that with like Jaedong, even though he is kind of undisputed best Zerg player of all time, comes back and has a bit of a struggle,
Yeah, it is. It's a hard time. Jaedong is my favorite player. I try to catch streams, and it's like he microed so hard he broke his own body. Like he had to go for arm surgery, and he was like out for PT. Can't play that hard anymore, man. The only one that still plays that hard when they do play that was that good is Flash, and I don't know if he has like a bionic arm or if they're giving him experimental drugs. I don't know.
I don't know. There's definitely not drug testing in this sport. That's for sure.
Oh, that's a good point. How many StarCraft players do you think are on massive doses of Adderall? I don't see them bipping and bopping all the time, so I mean, probably not, unless they're just really good at keeping themselves under control. What's in that Picari sweat? What's in that bottle? That's what I want to know.
I thought it was Protoss tears. That's what we figured out earlier, right? Or
what
was
are
it
the
Terran
tears?
tears?
Is it? Do they grind up pylon crystals and drop a couple in? I don't know, man. I'm not saying. I'm just saying. Ooh, with the early Nexus.
Yeah, Nexus with no gas. is interesting. Mini still gonna have an early Zealot here to put some pressure, but
Smart.
wants to
Big fan of Zealot first. Big fan.
wants to get that pressure going.
We see what happens when they skip
of,
the Zealot.
Yeah, doing a lot of harassment here with the probe.
Well, that probe micro was pretty sick.
He wants to win for sure. You can tell.
Oh, he's in it to win it. He's zapping this SCV, and the SCV has to retreat back home. I mean, that's 20 HP buff. Doesn't matter as much when you can't shoot at a distance of 1 range. Get out, microed.
Actually, did you know that SCV has a range of 0?
Yeah, and the drones and probes have a range of 1, right?
Yeah, that's right. That's pretty brutal.
It is, but I think that the 20 HP buff makes up for it. In my world.
For sure.
In my world where I cannot micro a drone to save my life, it seems imbalanced. But in the probe world where you can micro your probe or drone, it seems like they're better than SCVs.
Probe definitely the best worker, in my opinion.
I agree. 100%. I don't think... And I recently learned that they have +1 vision, too, for some weird reason. Did you know that?
That is strange. Yeah, I think I heard Artosis talking about that, but...
Yeah.
That is...
I had no idea.
That's weird. That is very strange. I don't know.
Now I know why there's so many cannons in my main all the time. Whoops, all cannons.
Something to do with the lore, maybe. I don't know what their thinking was. They decided to.
Drones don't have eyes, and SCVs are just. I mean, look at them. They're backwater hicks. No offense if you're a backwater hick. That's totally fine. You can be a rocket scientist backwater hick if you like, but.
A little mech suit flying around.
I mean, it's odd. I mean, I would love that life.
Why do you even have legs?
Better than my job.
Why did they even have legs? I don't understand that. If you're gonna fly.
If they hover.
Yeah. Why?
That. God, that. Okay. True. 100% agree. Why do vultures not have roofs? The guy's head is exposed. I never realized that there's a little guy exposed in the middle of that bike. How much more minerals would it cost to give him like a covering, like a shield? What if he takes like a stray rock to the face, you know? He's not even wearing a good helmet.
What do you mean? There's a guy sitting on top? There's actually like a
There's
little
a guy in the bike that is in the middle of the bike that is not, like, the bike is not contained. There's a little man there, that little red piece in the middle. That's a man. Like the turret man.
What?
Yeah, I know. It's crazy. Once you see it, you can't unsee it.
And
you don't want to see it. Uh-huh.
What the hell? 2 SCVs? Where are these going?
What's he doing with...
Okay, they're heading back.
Apparently they're going home.
Hey, that was interesting. A little bit of back and forth there in the early game. Nothing too significant, but...
They're still confused about where they're going. They're just taking a smoko. Hanging out before they get back to cutting minerals. Mini takes a third, right? It's gotta be a Nexus up there.
Oh yeah.
Looks fat enough to be a Nexus.
Pretty common timing here.
And Royal, smartly, getting out his minefield early. You know, building mines, not rushing his vultures in, not being too aggressive, just getting a little bit of vision, a little bit of, you know, control. He doesn't want to get run over by dragoons, which is very smart.
Got Mini here with a few units out in the middle of the map, just taking control of those 2 ramps, but he's got to be careful. Doesn't quite have observers out just yet, so is vulnerable to vultures throwing down mines behind these 2 dragoons. Of course, he does need to have some presence out on the map, otherwise he could just get completely surprised by an attack.
The front of his nat is open too. I mean, he's got goons all over protecting his natural, which is smart. But, you know, you really need goons in pairs if you want to fight this mine game.
He's still keeping some dragoons back at home, expecting a drop. But there's no drop coming. He's going to pull his dragoons from the main out to the front. Gotta get a
That is
surround.
so many vultures.
That is a ton of vultures. The tanks are coming up as well.
Man, I don't
Oh,
know
jeez,
if
this is
he's
gonna be
be able to stop
close.
this.
That is so many units
No
from the
zealots.
Terran. He's even brought some SCVs along to get the repair as well.
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh, jeez. Everything is just dying here. Royal gonna start to take down probes as well. All of the Dragoons have died. And he's setting up turrets too. Oh, this is rough.
This is not what you want to happen when you go early third Nexus. He hasn't taken out a single tank too. He lost like 6 goons, trading them out just for vultures.
They're just straight vulture rallies from here. 100%.
I mean, I want to say there's a chance.
Does he even have siege mode? Okay, he does have siege mode. He sieges up.
Okay, well,
getting thrown down on these tanks. He does manage to get in
he's
range
got some
here.
repair on this tank. Oh, the repair, clutch repair.
Oh man, that repair, keeping it alive. These 2 tanks still here. You can just keep on sending vultures across the map.
You know, he didn't even stop to kill the CC, or I'm sorry, not the CC, the Nexus.
Oh,
He just kept pushing.
He's gonna go back and finish it off now. Gotta focus that Nexus, man. If that Nexus doesn't die and he manages to clear everything,
how's he gonna clear it?
You're
right. You're absolutely right. And you know what? He could. If he manages to halt the push, if he gets a really good mine drag, it could happen. These tanks are smartly placed too. Like, it's going to be hard to drag those mines into those tanks.
Oh yeah.
You can't get them both.
That's
oh man, yeah, no.
Oof.
Mini knows that he can't save it. He's just going to try to go carrier. Oh, my dreams are fulfilled. This man, the balls on this guy. From this position, he's going to go carrier.
Holy cow.
I feel like this is an episode of Seinfeld in the Starcraft world. Going carrier from here.
How is he going to pull this off? I just don't see it happening, but...
I mean, granted, he doesn't have any Goliaths. Like, okay, fair enough. He's got no Goliaths, but
he's building turrets.
Money to build the carriers.
Yeah, you do. I mean, he's got turrets right up here in the front.
Oh, there's only 1 tank left, but I mean, tanks are probably coming across the map as we speak. He saved up enough money to build 2 carriers.
Wow.
He's going to need more than 2.
Yeah, 2 carriers. About the most worthless thing in the game.
2 carriers is about as worth about as much as 1 Zergling.
It's pretty bad. It's not that bad, great. But it's pretty darn bad. He's gonna dive on top of these tanks. Mines are going to activate. One more tank goes down. Oh, there's
what? He reduced him back to a single tank again.
One more tank.
Guy. How is he doing this? How is he keep reducing the tank count back down to 1 and not getting his Nexus broken while going carriers?
That's crazy. It is crazy.
Are they even out yet? Nope. Nope, because they take 600 years to build. And then you have to get the upgrade for them, and you have to build the interceptors. Will he... He's not going to get these carriers out before this base is broken.
No, he's not. And Mini, unfortunately, going to get taken out here. One last hurrah.
Nice mine drag.
Final tank, but...
I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up on this guy. I'm not giving up yet. I think that he still has a chance. I'm saying there's a chance.
So you're saying there's a chance?
I am. I'm saying there's a chance. Well, he's got 1 out.
1
Did
carrier.
that scan see the carriers? Did the scan see it? Is the question. Oh no. Oh, bad move, Mini. What are you gonna do though?
One more tank.
What are you gonna do?
Oh.
Okay, he reduces the tank count to 2 tanks this time. So this attack was not as good as the last one. But he keeps the net. The net is somehow still alive, and the carriers are out.
Carriers are out with 2 interceptors apiece.
I mean, you know, that's more interceptors than I've got in my backyard, I'll tell you that.
Oh, man.
Two
what
turrets,
is he going to do with this? Start to kill the turrets. Yeah, what do you focus right now? I guess the turret?
Turrets first, I guess. And yeah, he did scan.
Show up immediately.
He scanned and saw the carriers.
Oh.
Yeah.
So frustrating.
He's going to have 3 carriers soon. He's got the zealots without legs against Terran look so pathetic. They're so slow.
They really are.
When they're attacking me as a Zerg, I'm like, these things, even without legs, are imbalanced. But oh, he's gonna have 4. He's gonna have the 4 carrier. Maybe 5? Didn't he build a 3rd already?
But he's only gonna have 1 base, and even that one base has no minerals left over, man.
And I said before, 1 base carrier, you know, you can you can 1 base carrier win games, man. He's saying there's still a chance. Oh no.
Come on, Mini.
He's got this. Terran's on 3 base. You're on 1 base carrier. You can take this game.
83 of 81. You don't need to build units. You just need to build interceptors.
Yep. Well, by not need, you mean you can't.
All right, he's gonna start to pick off these turrets.
He got a turret. That's a win.
That is a win.
Another win. He's gonna get another turret.
Gonna go down here.
Get these Goliaths. You ever see Downfall? Like the memes about Steiner?
I've seen Downfall, but I don't know the memes.
The memes about oh, it's fine. It's a charged subject. I don't want to bring it up. But this is like that. This is a man in a bunker moving around units that don't exist to win a game he can't win.
Right. I understand the premise. Looks like he's gonna move with a probe, it looks like.
He's going to counterattack. That's how you win this game, folks.
2
Goons
dragoons.
The goons will kill the Goliaths, and then the carriers will come in and mop up the tanks. See? Easy. Sir, there are 40 Goliaths. What? The goons are dead. No, move the goons to attack the Goliaths. The goons are already dead, sir. They're already dead. Well, bring the carriers back. We'll regroup. We'll go 6 carriers on 1 base. We'll win. He's on 4 bases. I don't care. Don't care how many bases he has. If we get enough carriers, we can win this game.
Well, here comes.
Dude, I can't believe he's still in this game. He's really trying.
Units. He's really trying. Look at this.
He's really trying this.
A command center.
Oh,
complete
the manner
disrespect.
Command center. No swearing. No demonetization this time.
It's okay. You can swear. I don't care.
Oh well, it's too late.
There is no demonetization. If you've never been monetized to begin with.
If you have no monetization, you can't be demonetized.
Yeah, that's
Big
right.
brain rats. They stay in Starcraft, folks. Oh, GG. But they have a revive, right?
I think we have a revive.
Well, Satan's gonna come execute me now because I bet my life on that game. It's been fun, folks.
Yeah, you bet your life on Mini. He wanted to keep you out of hell. Tried so hard.
I was going anyway. I mean, let's face it. He looks so sad now. They always look so sad when they lose.
I wonder.
It's like me, but with less yelling.
I wonder if they're gonna revive Mini here.
Yeah, who else? Not Bisu. Bisu, I don't want to say over the hill, but I'm just saying not putting in his best effort today. Mini really tried.
Definitely puts out better games against Zerg. I've seen him do really well this season, Bisu.
Yeah, but that's just because he's really good, and he's playing a bunch of people who are newer, you know? Bisu has been consistently mediocre for the last 10 years, let's face it. He doesn't try. He gets by on his looks and his stream. And he's... I'm saying I would marry Bisu in a heartbeat. But I wouldn't bet my life on him winning a game. I'll say that. When is the last time you saw him break a sweat? He's got 40 pounds of hair and the man doesn't sweat when he's playing a game. That's how you know he's not trying.
He does have a lot of hair. Oh, hold on.
What?
Wait a second. Best
Hungry.
was on a streak. I guess it makes sense, you know, he was on a hot streak today.
True.
Send him back out.
You know, like I said, he had that face. He had the face in the beginning, like the face of someone who had something going on. Oh, he's trying to jazz himself up. Get a royal.
Royal's got a little sneaky smile on his face as he sees Best get up to the stage.
You know what you got to do? You got to pay someone to like steal his glasses because I don't think he could see without them. Just pay one of the staff to like accidentally slap some Vaseline on him mid game, trying to heat up his hands. Starcraft has made me want to buy a hand warmer for a long time, and I never have.
You want to buy a hand warmer? Why? You gonna go?
Yeah,
pro?
I want to buy a hand warmer because not to go pro, just because my hands are cold all the time. Anytime I play a game, my hands start to get cold.
I don't know about my hands. My feet always get cold.
Have you worn socks?
I always wear socks.
Have you tried to wear 2 pairs?
No.
Well.
Is that next level strat?
Yeah, that's pro strats from Jor. Wear 2 pairs of socks. But you can't wear socks on your hands because then you can't micro.
I have the hardest time when I get really, really cold feet at the end of the night. I've been gaming a lot.
I'll tell you what I used to do.
Freezing
I don't
cold.
do this anymore. I hear you, buddy. Like, feet are the first thing to get cold. Even if you're bald, feet will get cold faster than your head or hands. But have you ever like bought a space heater and put it under your desk? Warm your feet up.
That sounds magical, but no, I haven't.
The only worry is burning your house down. And I did burn my house down once when I was like 12. So I'm pretty careful about that now.
How'd you burn your house down?
That's a story for another day. It didn't burn down. It got some mild fire damage. And the fire department came, and
You never lived it down.
Well, I mean, it's the kind of lesson you learn these lessons. It's a lesson. I learned it. Don't burn your house down.
Life advice from Jor. Don't
Rule number 1, don't burn your house down. Rule number 2, 2 pairs of socks. Rule number 3, if you've learned rule number 1, space heater at the feet.
Here at the feet. I might have to try that. Not right now, though. It's pretty nice and warm here at the moment.
It has been glorious.
Beautifully warm. BC right now.
Yes, it's nice. And you know what? It's been only moderately rainy. It's rained, just a few times. Past couple weeks been nice.
Oh, we got the family?
Yep, pans the crowd, yep. I don't know why they're not in the first row. Who is that first row for, if not family? Like, do you just get to pick? Like a movie theater, do you think? And then you pick, like...
I think it's for KCM's groupies. Like a bunch of hot chicks.
This guy gets the puss, you know it.
Oh,
yeah. Dude, he's... this guy plays hard.
Look at that pink suit.
I know. He's the confidence, too, of this guy. Is just off the charts, man. And the hair, like this guy dresses nice when he's out too, like not just here.
Oh yeah.
Those glasses. What do you think those glasses cost? What do you think they cost?
I don't know. How much do you think the suit costs?
$2,000, 2,500.
2,500. 2,500 won?
No. Millions.
Millions of won.
His suit costs millions, folks. $1 million suit.
Everything sounds better when you talk about it in Korean won. Expensive.
That's true. My income, way better in Korean won.
Just thinking about these casters with their board shorts underneath the table.
He got so hot he took his shirt off. Look at that. He took his jacket. He's like, fuck this. I don't need to wear a jacket. Casey, you think Casey gave him a talking to and was like, dude, you have to keep your jacket on. He's like, nope. This isn't Bakari sweat. Get the shit out of my face. That's 100% what just happened. He's gonna come back with the sponsor drink. No, give me the Bakari sweat.
Give me the hot 6.
Yeah, I'm not drinking. Yes. There, he did! Oh, no, he just wanted the red. I don't drink blue. It reminds me of Protoss tears, and I don't like that.
Oh no, looks like KCM's got bubble tea. Or some sort of Korean tea.
Boba tea's okay.
Yeah,
Is it?
you like it?
Is it? I I like the tapioca balls. I think they're tasty, and I don't mind the texture. I think they're nice.
Took a little getting
But
used to, but yeah, I agree.
it's kind of whitewashing that we call it bubble tea. Isn't it boba tea?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Folks, if you're calling it bubble tea, you're racist. It's boba tea,
Okay,
and you
going a
better
little
call it that
far.
from now on.
Let's try to force
Even if
some cultural change.
even if the business is called bubble tea, no, you go in there and you correct them. I
Well,
want to see Instagram. I want to see TikToks of you people making a scene
I think
in these restaurants.
if we've learned anything over the past 5 years, it's that shaming people into changing culturally, it works. It works well.
Or it pushes them into a deeper, darker, more racist place. One or the other.
What did we learn again? I forget.
We've learned that people are dumb, except for me and you and anyone watching the stream.
That's right.
But everyone else, whatever your political beliefs are, they're right. And whoever you disagree with, fuck them.
Political beliefs don't matter. Just the love of StarCraft. That's the real message here, guys.
Starcraft is love. Starcraft is life.
Brings people
KCM.
together.
This man, I pray to this man. I got a shrine to him at home. I've got pictures of him. If I had hair, I would style it after him. And it looks like we're finally going into the next game.
All right. Best
Possibly
looking
the last.
snazzy. Look at that
How
haircut.
many? We were talking about this before, kind of off stream, possibly, maybe on stream. I don't remember, about revives and how they work. Because they got one. Do they get two? How does that work? Do you know?
In the semifinals, they got one. We'll see if they get another. But Terran still has one in the pocket.
Best looks more confident, I think. I mean, again, betting my life, cast or cursed. I got a bet on Best, man. He's got that sharkish look. I don't know. He just looks like he's
ready.
He looks like he's ready. He looks like he wants to win. Royal always looks kind of like he's 12, which is fine. If a 12-year-old beat me at StarCraft and they were across the room from me, I'd just go and bully them a little, And then they'd think twice about beating me again. Let's hope he got bullied, folks.
You can see one revive used up here for Protoss. Best spawning in the top left. Royal in the bottom right. We're on Metaverse for our next game. Match number 8. Cross map.
For saying what map it is and the match number. Because God knows I don't remember anything that happened more than 20 seconds ago.
No problem, buddy. We have a cross map situation. This could be another very long game. You can see so many expansions around this map. And before you even ask, yes, this is a carrier map.
Oh, I was, you know what? What I was thinking was, shame he built the pylon there. It didn't walk directly into the middle of the map and build the pylon there. Why wouldn't you?
It is an island. I believe this is an island in the center, so
so
you actually can't build that there, and that's why this map, in my opinion, is a great map for carriers, because you do have that impassable terrain in the center. You can control that area, you can build a nexus there, and you can fight in any direction, just sending the carriers out.
The left and right bases, like the 6 and 9, they look really tight. Like, do they have a single ramp leading up to those double mineral patches?
I believe it's like more like what's that called? Like 2 walls with a gap in between, not a ramp. I think so.
Right. So they're good for sieging.
That's right.
So he's probably not going to want to take a third there, assuming that this game gets to the third. Oh, sneaky probe, doing a little bip and bob. Does not get up at ramp ski.
Not going to see just a gas being taken.
Again, gateway, nexus, core.
Interesting.
A good build. A build that we've seen, I think, win most games as opposed to Nexus First in this set of KCM. This has been a strong build for Protoss, I think, here. Is that an academy?
No, that was a factory.
Oh, okay. I saw the last 4 digits of the word. It's like filling in the blanks. Marine versus Probe. We know who wins that fight.
He's just hanging out in the front, making sure that there's no SCV pull or anything like that. It's
Just an old man on his lawn. Get off my lawn. Probe gets off. Hangs out. Too bad there's no... He doesn't have a bench. They need to build this guy 5 minerals for a porch swing for this Marine out here guarding his front lawn.
He's doing a good job. Sentry duty.
With no stim pack, too.
He's just hanging.
Just hanging. Oh,
SCV gonna make it in?
But the SCV sneaked in. Yeah. 60 HP big boy just bullies his way in. Get out of my way. So he sees the build.
Yep.
Yes. Knows what's going on. I mean, it's pretty standard so far, and same as last game. Well, not last game. Same as the game before last game, where Nexus is up and mining first. Terran gets her CC down second, pretty standard. And we have a Vulture on the map that's going to have some mines. We'll see if he gets shut down. It's a big map, too. Like, this Vulture could lay mines anywhere. Oh, and the Probe does the unthinkable and sneaks in. And there's no second Marine. Dude, is he going 1-1-1 against Protoss? Oh, but there's no Goon. He built a second Zealot and then a Goon after.
Oh, he is gonna get super punished for that. 3 kills already.
3 Probe kills.
And the Vulture gets away.
It lives. Oh, Vulture lives to lay mines.
Royal gonna cancel his starport and throws down an academy, so mind games abound here.
That is a slick move, because Royal's got to be Royal's got to be thinking, maybe he's gonna think I'm doing drops. He's got with the starport up, you've got options, and then the Protoss has to kind of counter those options, right? He's got to be a little scared that he's gonna get dropped or Wraith all into. I don't know.
Yeah, for sure, you would be expecting the drop to be coming in, but instead gonna go for that armory and get the early upgrade. A lot of defensive play now coming from Royal, so switching from an aggressive play into a defensive play. Best if he sits on his haunches here and just waits for that drop to come in, he could end up falling pretty far behind here.
I think this is going to be kind of like last game, where Royal was really with the starport you have tactics, but you don't have bulk. Whereas he's going 2 FAC, where he's going to have a lot more army power early. If Best goes for a 3rd Nexus early, the same thing's going to happen. In my opinion, he's going to get bullied hard with this big 2 FAC push that he doesn't know, that's going to happen. He's not sure. And it's going to be he's got the observatory out. I mean, he could scout him relatively soon, but it's a big map.
All the Dragoons are just sitting in the back of the base, waiting for the dropship to come in.
That will never happen.
Observer should be popping out here shortly.
Just like me, waiting for a Tinder match that's not going to come through.
And Vess is wasting a little bit of time here, Royal just powering up, getting everything he needs.
Honestly, I think that it is a better play. I think he's doing the smart thing. He saw the starport, but in his mind, if you're a good player, you don't know if they cancel it or not after you leave, right?
Yeah.
So he's scouting first before he takes that 3rd base. Because I'm telling you, if he takes that 3rd base now, 3 FACs coming up, there's going to be 4. He's going to get bullied and mowed over. But if he confirms it's 4 FACs, he's going to have something to defend it. He's going to know he can't just take a 3rd base willy-nilly.
Right. I think...
Oh,
wow.
Look at this.
2-base Arbiter.
Yeah, what is this deck path? Yeah, he's got the Stargate coming up at the same time. But is that the timing you want for Arbiters?
Yes. What?
Okay.
You start the Star Gate and the Templar Archives at the same time.
At the same time?
Yeah.
Right. I don't know. I don't play Protoss. But I've heard those words before. That makes sense.
Starport on the way for Royal as well. He wants to get his +2 started as soon as that +1 finishes. Best
I don't think...
Arbiter. Oh, I don't know how these two builds are going to match up here.
He did sack that one obs to C, which is smart. Sorry, man. I didn't mean to cut you off. I was going to say... I think it's kind of understated how it's like with Zerg and Overlords, how keeping your observers alive. Because the problem with Protoss is they're very super gas heavy with all of their units that you need. Templars, Arbiters, everything needs gas. And observers are 75 gas. Like, there's a lot of Protoss that will sack a lot of observers just to get scouting. But, every two obs is another temp. So not losing observers, I think, is something that the best Protoss players do very well, like Best or like Mini. Not losing a lot of obs, keeping them tight, not being careless with your gas investment.
I agree, and I think conversely, some of the best Terran players are the ones that use their Goliaths to continuously pick off observers. Like, they're just always searching for those little blurs, hit the scans,
right,
kill the observer, and then you don't have that for mines later on. You don't have the ability
totally
to clear
true.
mines, and then also you have to waste a bunch of extra gas. So that definitely, there's both sides of the coin, but keeping those observers alive are huge.
That's a really good other part of the coin. Is like scans are free, but you need them. You need to bank them. If you, I don't know if you guys have ever tried to play Protoss or like Terran. If you try and play Terran against Arbiter, and their whole army is invisible, like, having scans banked is so crucial. So you can't just spend them willy-nilly. It's like they're free, they don't cost anything. But if you don't have them and you need them, you are absolutely boned. So, being able to spend them wisely, picking off, like, look at this Arbiter here, he's sitting in the main. He's hanging out. Does he see it? Does he see the blur? A great Terran will see the blur and pick it off just like that. Good call.
Nice.
Good call, Saiyan. You're fucking on the point, buddy.
Thank you. A 4th base and 5th base being taken by Best, so very liberal with the base takes right now. Best is just expanding like crazy.
He's preemptive refugee. He knows global warming's coming. He's leaving now.
It looks like he's planning to take top right too. I mean, can he afford everything? Can he afford all of this? Dude, he's already behind.
Is he a C-rank Protoss? Is this guy? What rank is this guy?
I mean, he's behind in army supply right now. That's probably not good,
look at
right?
this. Look at the top right. Those goons picked off that vulture, and it is, in theory, possible that Royal doesn't scan it and thinks that he might have taken that base when he hasn't. Because all he sees is 4 goons picking off his vulture. You know what I mean?
It's possible.
He's gonna have to scan that.
Oh
God! Huge mine hit. Oh my God! The whole forward scouting party gets picked off. It's like this guy is Russia and Ukraine. He just gets fucking wrecked. Entire unit.
Looks like a great defensive spread here from Royal. He is so well set up here, and he's slowly mining through these minerals. Now, a very important part of this map is that those minerals that you mine at the 3rd base, it opens up a path to take a base in the 6 o'clock. You can't actually get there until those minerals are mined out. So he's going to mine those out pretty quickly here, and then he can start to take that 6 o'clock. Very easy to take natural 4th base here for the Terran player, but Best is just exploded on the map. He's got all his income
everywhere. Yeah, he's. Look at the coverage. Look at the map coverage.
I feel like he's been given too much
No vulture
space.
harass right now from Royal. You can tell this guy's not sharp. Like, where are the vultures harassing these bases? They're hanging back with the army, afraid to move out. He doesn't want to lose them. He's keeping his vultures safe, but his mine spread is so low. And that's going to be dangerous.
Best accidentally put a pylon in the center left, on top of where he can put his nexus. He's trying to kill it. Oh, that's rough. That's going to slow down his next base by quite a bit, but I don't think it's going to matter that much. He's already got so many bases. Wait, that's not an island in the middle. I am completely
You were wrong. That's
wrong.
okay. Hey, you know what? It happens to everyone.
This is that's a different map actually. I can't remember the name of that map with the
Cannons.
central island.
You know what?
A lot of probes are gonna go down here. Oh man, this is not enough cannons.
The thing is that the guy built the right amount of cannons. 2 cannons at every base. The problem is, and 2 cannons here. He built an absurd number of cannons. More cannons than you think you would need to stop the vulture harass. But that last cannon in the main didn't come in fast enough. He just didn't build that cannon quick enough. 2 cannons in the net, 2 cannons coming up the ramp, and 2 cannons in the main. And he still wasn't able to stop the vultures. Vultures OP, folks. What can you say?
Yeah,
They're free.
You
They
heard
cost
it.
0 minerals and they lay 100 mines.
You heard it here first, folks. Arbiter on the right-hand side with full energy, 200 energy. Where is he going to send it? This first recall will be the most important one of the game. If it manages to get off, will it be any good?
Royal is finally moving out on the map.
Taking some space.
But this looks like my games, man. Protoss has taken the entire map already. He's taken everything. And he's got no mine coverage. You want to lay mines ahead of your army movement. You want to know what's happening, what's going to come up. And I'm sure he knows what's going on. Like, I'm sure scouting is good enough. Like, he's got a science vessel there. Oh, look at that turret spread.
EMP. Oof.
You know what? I think that EMP saved that Arbiter's life. He has like
Yeah,
20 turrets in the net.
Turrets, yeah. I think you're right.
There's no way that Arbiter was getting through.
Yeah, you may be right. I think Royal doesn't really plan on actually attacking Best during this game. That's my sense here, is that Royal's
He's taking the top right. He wants to split the map, which is smart.
Royal's
You know
game
what?
plan is just split map for sure.
I thinking Royal was dumb the entire time. Up until this, because Protoss has taken everything and Royal's done nothing. But it's the same thing. Best has done no damage. And how is he going to stop this in the top right? Does he have 8 shuttles? You know, like Mini? Don't think he does, and even if he did, there's a million Goliaths.
Oh,
like,
okay, cancel that. Royal is actually going to attack. Big attack coming through from Best as well. Tons of tanks on the high ground, though. This is so many zealots, but they're just running directly into mines. No shuttles at all.
He needs to recall zealots on if he could recall zealots on those tanks. He doesn't know they're there. Like, he doesn't have perfect knowledge like we have. You know, there's no...
That's true.
Dude, he doesn't have map on, folks. Like, if you've ever played a game, you know the map is dark. If he knew those tanks were up there, he could recall zealots on that force and just crush it. He doesn't know they're there.
Oh, this
that would
is
be the
rough.
pro play.
This is rough. Best is losing a base here. I mean, he still has top right. He's fine.
He kept the top right.
There's
Yep,
so much minerals on the map for him. I feel like this might be a mistake, actually. I thought that Royal should try to push up into the top right. He's going to try and hit the natural here, but... Oh, a recall in the main.
Only zealots. Oops, all zealots, which is okay.
But he needs
Can they
zealots
take out
to
a couple
hold this off.
factories? He does.
Okay, some storms coming down. Decent storm. Nicely done.
Oh, wow, another
Zealot's
good
gonna
storm.
come run out here. Maybe
he can produce zealots quickly. He's going to clear that. He's going to clear that. What is he going to destroy in the main? He got the turrets out, which is great. Oh, he's not going to clear this. Never mind, my bad. Bad call. Okay, well, he takes out the CC that's clearly a manor CC anyway.
I think that Best can transfer his workers into the center left from that natural. He doesn't need to lose every single worker there.
Those
More
zealots
zealots
are
going to come
getting
down.
they're getting money. This is his natural base. Like, if he can't hold his own nat,
It's going to be tough times. Yeah, I agree. Oh, nice. Stasis
he's got 8
there.
gateways more up there. Good
Great
stasis.
He's
Brilliant.
going to finish off these tanks.
He
Gets
does
the
hold
surround
it.
as well. Nicely done. And this is the what
The
Royal
Manor
has
CC.
reaped here.
I called it a Manor CC, and in my opinion it was, because how do you hold that? He's got gates in the top right. You know he's got gates to reinforce if you're not going to support. Where is the Vulture support for this army in the top left? It arrives now, but too late. How many scans? He's got a science vessel, so the scans are not important. But oh my god, you know what? That's a worthy mind drag, taking out those vultures, because he's got to protect these tanks with the vultures.
Oh, another mine drag.
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh,
Oh! Not
That
as
was
good
really
as it
close.
Still pretty good.
But I feel like he royally screwed this game up, man. He should have attacked
did.
top right and held on this base, cut this map in half. But right now, I mean, he's sitting here on 3 bases. He's still trying to push a base. He couldn't even get in there on the natural. He never even killed the natural. This
It's
is
the problem
really
you
rough.
have. It's like in any game that we have. You're pulled in a million directions. Where do you put your attention? It's having a focused idea. He tried to expand. He tried to attack multiple locations. He tried to do all of these things at the same time. And this one is going to pan out. You know, he wanted to split the map right to left. If he can split the map top to bottom, at this point, he can still take the game. Like, I think that I'm not just saying this is a meme, I think that he still has a chance. If he can take out the bottom left and split the map top to bottom, he can still win.
Oh yeah, for sure. There's still a chance here. Not gonna count
Still a chance,
Royal out.
folks. Still a
I'm
chance.
saying there's a chance. But it's a hard road here for Royal. He has to get up on this high ground. He has to expand very, very quickly,
Oof,
or
look at
he's
this
gonna
mineral
mine
count.
out.
What is he mining at? Oh, dude, if he had one more DT here. He just needs one more DT. Build another DT, please. Oh, dude, he's Refugee Terran again. How many Refugee Terrans are we going to see in the series? Is this the new meta? Is Refugee Terran the new meta?
Gonna siege up on low ground here. Start to take this out, but I think Best is going to max out before Royal can secure bottom left.
Only one cannon. You need at least 2, folks.
Yeah, 2
He's gonna
cannons,
try
not
and
great.
push in
Oh, this
to the
stasis
heartland.
could be amazing. Where's the stasis?
Dude, did you
So
see that
many zealots. Oh,
these zealots got on the tanks because he didn't scan? Because they were invisible, man. This is why arbiters are so hard to deal with, especially at a low level. Like, he didn't know the arbiters were coming. The zealots got on those tanks because they didn't see them. They didn't shoot them. He had no turret coverage, no detection at the front of that base. And now he stasises the reinforcements.
now he's
That
gonna
was
break
a
into the
lucky
natural.
move.
Wow, this is
It was a lucky move, but it was a good move.
a great
this just
counterattack.
shows-
This is
It goes to show the inexperience of Royal not having detection coverage. Oh,
oh wow.
dude, how many kills do these vultures have?
Looked like
I
only
missed that.
1 or 2 on each, but he's denying the space from mining for a little while.
The science
pretty
vessel is
good.
getting picked off by arbiters. Dude, I think that Best he's done a really good job here, and I think the Royal fucked up in a couple of ways, you know. But in a game, everyone makes mistakes. Everyone has victories. Not everyone is fine. Not everyone is perfect. Everyone makes mistakes, even pros. And I think that Best showed on a good clinic. This is a scrappy game, man. If I've ever seen a scrappy game, this is scrappy. Look, he stasis the ramp and tried to run his own zealots up the ramp. Like, oh, I stasis that him. Whoops.
More
Storm.
zealots coming towards this last mining base. That's all he's got left. Royal's gonna lose these last few tanks. Looks like he's kind of given up here.
Yeah.
Not even microing that back. This is all the mining he has left in the world. Best is mining still on 2 or 3 bases. Big storms to finish things off. Just going to massacre those SCVs. More dragons coming down. Yeah, Best has cleaned it up, dude. He's done it. He's brought it back.
He did. When people say that, like, Protoss is imbalanced against Terran, that's what it looks like. You know? That's what it'll say, is like being pulled in 1,000 directions and trying to do too many things at one time. And just not being able to do all of them effectively. You feel you're doing good on a push, and you're breaking a Nexus, and 1,000 Zealots show up and crush your tanks. And you're like, oh. And you try and expand, and then your expansion gets shut down by Dragoons and Zealots, and your mines aren't enough to stop them.
Yeah, like, for sure. And there's expansions everywhere on the map. Reinforcements coming from every angle.
That was a really difficult game because it was so chaotic. It was a very chaotic game. There's a lot of stuff going on all the time. Both players were trying to do. There was no drops from Terran, but you know, I think a lot of it comes down to he didn't get out on the map enough. He didn't have Zealot. How many probes were killed by Vultures that game? None? Maybe a couple?
Very, very few. And I feel like that was the game plan, really, from Royal, was he wanted to slowly expand into the top right. He wanted to take over that half of the map and split the map. And then when Best started coming in, when he started doing that attack, it was pretty bad, honestly, into his third base. Royal changed his plan. He decided to attack into the Protoss natural, and I think that's where he really messed up, is he didn't 100%. Stick to his guns. He didn't stay with the defensive play.
He didn't split the map. He got, you know what, you called this earlier where you're like, a lot of Terran players will get a little advantage and push too hard, overextend, and get crushed. And you know what? He wanted to split his game plan. I think you're absolutely right. He wanted to split the map, and instead of just being comfortable with his gains of splitting the map, try to, there was that point where he broke the natural of the Protoss, and he was like, I can take this game, if I just push a little harder. But there was no Vulture support. He had no support. It was just tank.
Yeah, and he also had a CC up in the top right that had no defense as well. He just didn't.
He got broken there.
He tried to do both things at the same time. He tried to split the map, take the top half of the map, take the right half of the map, and push the Protoss natural. And you kind of have to make a decision there.
A lot of advice in Broodwar is contradictory. Like, a big piece of advice is you want to expand while you're pushing, which he did. But it's a caveat where it's like, only do that if you don't overcommit to one or the other. If you're expanding, you have to be able to defend the expansion. And if it's like taking the expansion on the offense is a distraction. The offense is the distraction. You want to be able to hold the offense while you build up the defense of the expansion you're taking. If you both push and lose the push and expand and lose the expand, you get what we saw.
A bit of a disappointing loss there for Royal. I mean,
exciting for me, exciting for us, disappointing for him.
For sure. He played a great game. He had excellent Arbiter defense. The recalls were lackluster at best. The attacks by Best were not great. Honestly,
he played a good game.
He never executed an amazing attack, but his counterattacking was fantastic. All the moves that Royal did, I mean, Best was just on top of his army as soon as he got aggressive.
Well,
yeah.
It's funny because like he won a lot of engagements. Like, he took the Nat. If you take the Protoss's natural, it's all but over if you can push up into the main and kill the main source of gateways. But he only had tanks, had no backup, no minefield, no vultures. He got broken, and then I don't know how many times can I say the same thing over and over again and still sound smart.
I guess we're gonna find out today. Going into our next game, who are they gonna revive? Terran. I feel like Sharp.
Come on.
Deserves another
think?
chance.
You think?
JYJ, I wouldn't be upset either.
I just like the
JYJ
guy.
came out.
I don't know
He's a
why I
great
like
player.
him. Does Artosis really like him?
JYJ, yeah, for sure.
Well, that's probably why. I've heard his name a lot.
JYJ
I don't watch
is
a
a good
lot of
player.
Artosis streams. Guys, if you don't watch Ban Run Ban, watch it. And if you don't subscribe, and you know why I'm casting? Because I subscribe to the Patreon. That's why I'm here. If you think you could do a better job, and you could, trust me, it's fun. And you know what? There's very few Broodwar casters. In fact, there's like one. So, you know, just fucking give $1 a month, you cheap fuck.
And support
It's
StarCraft.
$1!
Come on, how long have you been watching StarCraft for free?
My whole life. My whole life. And you know what? I subscribe to like 3 people on Patreon, and you're one of them.
Wow, thank you so much. I do
Well, I've watched
appreciate it.
StarCraft my whole life. Like, I mean, if you're a big fan, it's like, what? Oh, man, what do I spend on anything? Anything. If you go to a movie, that's a subscription to fucking this channel for a year. It's $1 a month, man. Like, give me a break. Oh man, I love the system of seeing small creators, especially if things I really like, have some sort of income from a large amount of people giving a small amount of money. You know, 100 people giving $1 a month. That's $100 a month. That's enough to pay for like a bag of rice in Vancouver. It's not going to cover rent, but it'll do something. You could take the bus for 2 weeks. No, but seriously though, it's, you know, it's a good cause.
Oh, I do appreciate.
And,
I really
Keaton
appreciate
Cook,
the unsolicited shout out to the Patreon.
Yeah, I don't think you should have enough. Every creator like that I watch, man, this is kind of irritating. And you guys know this if you watch a lot of YouTube. Is like they'll shout out the Patreon and blah 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 at the end. And it's like taking the time. It's not the money. It's taking the time to go to the Patreon and click the buttons and do the thing. And I know that, man. Like, I get it. But, you know, if you watch a lot of StarCraft, like this guy's shit, why wouldn't you? I mean, it's... I know that 45 seconds is a lot of effort. In reality, it really is. But just, why wouldn't you? Alright, well, we're getting into the game. Why don't you lead us off?
A rematch, Royal versus Best.
Can't believe they brought Best back. I mean, Royal.
Royal.
I can't believe they brought Royal back.
It was
Why
a
would
great
they?
game. That last game was a nice finisher. Have this
Do you
final
think he
game.
talked into it? Do you think he was like, dude, I need to give this another shot. Give me another chance.
Maybe.
You know, in the case, it's not the ASL, man. This is the KCM. It's a scrappy series. He's like, dude, I can take this guy. Give me another shot. I need it. I can take him.
We got the little cheer there. Nice to hear.
Yeah, did you pick up who they were cheering for? Or are they just yelling fighting?
I think they go back and forth, like one side cheers and then the other side cheers back. So should have been a best
One
cheer.
cheer was the best cheer will win the game. 9 times out of 10, 9 out of 10 doctors agree.
10% of the time, it happens every time.
True words have never been spoken. I wonder who got the big cheer this game.
I think they both got a pretty good cheer. It wasn't bad.
Yeah, that's it. It was hearty.
These guys are
Came from the heart.
both well liked in Korea for sure. Best maybe a little bit more.
Yeah, but Royal's newer too. So, you know, up and comer. He's got that up and comer power.
Right. Best got that haircut power. Look at that thing.
Royal's got that. Got to do my homework after this game. Look going on about him. That looks like he's in high school.
He does. I think he's like 30 though. Is it not? 25 at least?
Drinking that elixir of eternal Korean youth.
Very hard to tell Koreans' ages.
Well, it can be.
My
That's why you always
girlfriend's,
check it. Oh no.
girlfriend's 27 and people keep thinking that she's in high school as well.
You checked her ID, right?
He's 27. It's not that. Gotta check this ID. No.
It's the club test, man. If you find them in a club, you know they have to, and then they have to be right. It's the club's responsibility to check the IDs at the door.
Go ahead, tell that to R. Kelly.
Oof.
Looks like both players scouting in the wrong direction. Not gonna find each other for a little bit.
Gonna have a little high five, maybe. Yeah, again, no pylon in the middle of this game. No 2-gate. No 2-gate this whole series. 2-gates out of style.
The big brain play here is you block the ramp. Don't let the SCV up.
Oh, that's cool. Missed it.
Oh well. He's waiting for it.
Stalking him.
Try to get the moving shot.
Zap. Just 1 pixel away.
He wants to go south, but just can't quite do it. If Best gets right behind him, he could get that moving shot. Kill him off, so...
Yeah.
Gotta keep running.
Got his friend with the gun. Got his bouncer at the door.
I think Best
checking IDs.
I think Best did exactly the same build as last time as well. It just Gateway, Nexus, then Gas.
Yeah, for sure. And it's worked out for him. 2 bouncers at the door. Security's tight at this Terran entrance. He probably wants to check to see how fast the CC is, but... Think he's going to go Zealot?
He does have 1 Zealot out so far.
Mm-hmm.
I send it straight across the map. But, this seems like a highly optimized build.
Yeah,
Very
look
strong.
at all these 5 Marines.
Ooh.
And the boys! 5 Marines, the boys in a dream.
7 SCVs have been pulled, so he's committing a lot of economy to taking this down. Second Zealot's already out. First Dragoon will be here in a second. He doesn't have any idea that this is coming, though. So Best at a disadvantage. He sees it now. But there's already a Vulture as well.
Sure.
That's so painful. Yeah, he's just going to have to abandon ship here. I wonder how many probes actually got produced from that Nexus.
Yeah, me too. Me too. I wonder if it was, if in the long run will have been worth it.
I've seen this situation before.
Yeah, this series, yeah. 2 games ago?
I think one of the very first games managed to kill the Nexus, but actually ended up losing the game, so... History could be repeating itself here. I believe that was Best as well.
Oh, Best has played the majority of the games in this series, man. I'd bet on it. But yeah, he didn't pick any SCVs. He got some probes built. He kept his Zealots alive. But other than that, what did he kill? 1 Marine?
Now just a bit of lost mining time for Royal.
That was a well executed bunker rush. And I think Best much better player than me. Probably did the smart thing. Lost only a Nexus. Just a Nexus.
Only 400 minerals. I think that 7 SCVs off the line for that amount of time probably amounts to at least 400 minerals. So
good call.
He should be okay here as long as he can get that observer out and kill this bunker in good time to get his Nexus down.
Yeah, that command center's got to be coming up extremely soon.
It's a lot of mines here. He's not going to be able to clear this with just the Dragoon micro. He does want to wait for that observer. Will be popping out here shortly.
Yeah, stutter step's not going to cut it. Built a shuttle first.
Oh, rats.
Pop. Oh, shucks.
Best does want to double expand after this, so picking off that probe is significant. Ooh.
Saucy. This is the middle map with the island in the middle.
That's right. This is a great carrier map.
Oh, hidden starport. Things are getting saucy already. I like it.
This guy's looking far back in the playbook. Digging deep here for some old strategies. Dropping off a probe at the island, just gonna take that base. Royal gonna proxy.
Consulting with Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I think he can get a drop off in the middle here and possibly deny this. I don't know if Best wants to throw down cannons there right away.
You know, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, like usually when I see the starport against Protoss, I'm thinking they're probably going to build a Wraith to, you know, to try and counter this shuttle play that you know is going to happen at this point. Oh, nice pick. Doesn't even lose the goons. Not a single goon live was lost today.
Wow, Royal. Not respecting the 6 goons there, just walks forward. And Best takes great advantage of that, so definitely advantage Best here from the early game. Double expansion, Reaver out.
You think he's ahead?
I think Best is ahead right now.
It's a tough call. I think they both executed their plans well. And I noticed too that control tower. So you think he's going to go cloak Wraiths?
No, he's going to get a dropship here. Dropship.
Yeah, that's.
If he stops this mid, if he stops this base in the middle, it'd be really bad for Best. He needs this income.
Absolutely. Yeah, he can't lose either one of these expansions, or he's going to be in a. He's going to be backed into a corner. He needs the income. This command center's been mining for longer, and I bet that their SCV to probe count is pretty even.
As long as he has this shuttle with the Reavers, he should be okay. This drop is going to come through. See if he spots the middle base. Looks like he's heading directly for it, so
he must suspect.
Be able to spot that. Drops it in the middle. Yeah, he knows.
Yep.
Picks off that probe. There's nothing else here to kill. And Best just
how many goons?
Load up a few.
Is he gonna have a ferry?
Throw him there in the center. Keep his base alive. But that's like 4 goons probably he'll ferry up there. 4 goons that he's not gonna have back at home for defense. He's got defenses in the main at least. Ready for the drop. Like a multi-pronged attack coming from Royal. Gonna try and dive in here with the vultures into the natural. Doesn't work out. Drop
Distraction
ship.
vultures going off. Here we go.
Oh my
and he's
goodness,
ready for
Best is completely ready for this. Just gonna focus down at the vultures. Not gonna worry about trying to kill the drop. Tries to block there. Stop the vultures from running by, but doesn't get it. And he loses quite a few probes. I think 4 or 5 probes at least. Up going down there, and now he's gonna lose some more here in the main. Not paying attention though. Gonna lose a couple of tanks. Oh, he can get this shot. Oh, he's gonna get 2 more tanks. No,
Ooh.
Barely.
Just
not.
barely. That tank must be 5 HP. Praying for that socialized medicine. Needs an SCV now.
All right, we have the speed upgrade finishing up here on those shuttles. It's actually heading straight towards that proxied starport.
God, these guys are good.
Pretty funny.
He knows where the hidden build point is. He must have scouted the main. Like, he must know that the starport isn't in there.
Yeah, that was part of the surprise there for Royal. That Best did scout the main. He didn't see a starport, and then didn't expect this drop to come through. Now another drop here. See how many vultures come through. 2 vultures into the main.
The same 2.
Deal some more damage here. 3 or 4 probes at least.
For 2 injured vultures that have probably spent mines, good.
Very, very good. Royal actually got right up in supply now. The army's looking pretty good. He's lost a few tanks, but he's traded out probes for his vultures, so
he's getting a good mine spread.
This is a great game so far.
Yeah. Well, now, will they take the bait? Ooh. We see, you get greedy with your goons, you want to hunt something down, and all of a sudden you're just getting popped by mines. Popped by mines. Pop, pop.
Oh,
and
no.
This is...
Oh, that's so painful. Tons of probes going to go down here. Only 2 Dragoons in the center base. Every single
probe.
probe. Oh my god.
Well,
2 probes survive.
two probes live. Yep.
Time to build some cannons.
Yeah, man. You gotta telling you folks, 2 cannons at every base. Save your life. You know what? I think that your call of the 4 goons in the middle, you know, why not? I mean, he does have his main force, you know, out there on the map, active, doing something. But yeah, man, just having a couple more goons there would have really prevented that bleeding. Now it's because what's his plan? Like, he's got to shuttle more probes in there if he wants to, you know, resaturate that base. It's gonna take forever to just rebuild a dozen probes.
Very long time for sure. Another
Like
great option would have been
ready to push.
Another great option would have been the Reaver in the center.
Yep.
They deal
Totally
with vultures
Reaver.
very, very well, but he's using it for the defense here, slowing down this push. Like you only get 1 more shot off, but not great.
Oh.
Now 2 more shuttles running forward.
And running back.
Okay.
Threatening shuttle noises.
Not gonna take that fight.
Oh, he doesn't want him to get this expansion up, but I mean, he doesn't have a choice, man. This expansion is coming up whether he likes it or not. Does he? I don't think he even has a Templar Archives at this point. He's probably built one, but I highly doubt there's any Templar in those shuttles. Yeah, there's the Archives there.
I agree. Probably no Templar in there just yet. Zealot bomb's not going to be enough. Looks like he's going to back away.
Good call. He's got the pylon coming up in the middle. I mean, he's got to toss some cannons down there. He needs every goon at the front. I like this little mine outpost in that bottom right expansion. You can see if he tries to take that base or not. Hasn't cleared that out yet.
Surprised Best hasn't taken his 4th
Coming up the left side
yet. Oh no, not
a million vultures on the left side.
leaving anything on the left side of the map. Best messes up huge there. He's going to lose a ton of probes. Now diving into the front.
But there's no vultures.
There's not very many vultures here. Just going to dive right in on top of these tanks.
That second wave of vultures here saved those tanks in the back. Like, saved their lives having that round of vultures.
For sure, and it looks like he can actually hold this base. Oh, this is so bad for Best. He's lost an intense number of probes. He's gonna lose these 2 Templar as well. Merge. Oh, keeps it alive.
Gets the merge up. He's buying time, but is time enough to bring him back? Because I mean, supplies. You know, supplies are a big thing in TVP. Well, in every matchup, but he's down hard. He's bled.
What a mistake that was, not having anything on the left-hand side of the map. Just open base there for Royal to fly in and just ravage the mineral line. That is terrible.
It's a calculated risk, you know? You leave your natural open for 5 seconds, and all of a sudden 40 vultures run in. And 1 cannon is not going to be enough. Well, 1 cannon, 2 goons. It's got a tank. It's got a Goliath.
Looks like he's going to lose this mid as well.
Best position does not look like it's the best.
Oh, he's having a really tough time here, losing even more probes in the center. He doesn't have another base up either. Royal out expanding the Protoss at the moment. He's got a bigger supply as well. Baz is running out of steam. This is the right choice, man. Bringing Royal out for that final match, getting his revenge here.
Revenge game victory. Not calling it too early, folks. Anything can happen, but you know what? It was the right call. This guy, he's young, he's got heart, played really well. His macro was on point, tactical decisions were sound, he knows when to run in. This guy's he's the whole package, folks.
The final push coming across the map for Royal, gonna break into this natural. There are quite a few zealots here, and some bombs are occurring, some good storms as well. What the hell was that storm? Storms himself.
Storm yourself before you...
Oh. Does manage to pick off that command center. So a small win there for Best. But still, half the supply of his Terran opponent. He's going to pick off the third at least. That is something.
But the bleeding does not stop. Prove
No.
lives.
Natural is dead. Third
He was
base
hoping for
is
that
dead.
Mind Drag.
Oh, Mind Drag's just
Still
not going to be good enough.
Yep, not going to happen this time.
Well, it certainly isn't the cleanest finish here from Royal, but I think he will eventually finish the game by taking down Best. Doesn't even have his natural here. The third base over at the 6 o'clock will be picked off now, and these dragons are finally going to get cleaned up. Does he even have a command center to float here? I don't think he does. I think that actually got picked off. Templar
I think his
with
plan
not
at this
enough
point
energy. Oh, 69 energy on that Templar.
Nice, but not nice enough.
Best types in GG, taps out, and Royal
What a game.
takes that game. Terran victory, boys.
They finally won one.
What a road.
I mean, I didn't expect to see Terran on the winner's podium here, I'll tell you that. Without their captain, without their bon joie, they've taken the victory. Good series.
The light shines on Terran today. Sharp, Royal, JYJ, and Rush take it to a victory here. They're going to take home that sweet, sweet prize money. No all kill for Sharp, but that's okay. They are the champions of Season 1 2022. What an exciting final game, guys. Looks like we're going to get a little bit of stage time here from our champions.
He got the clapper. They got the clapper.
Oh, Protoss joining them on the stage as well. The movie there on the right in his board shorts. And
Bisu
Bisu
looking a little sad, but also, you know, not too perturbed. He's been on the loser side of tournaments a lot. He's all right with this. He's given a lot of second place speeches. I'll just say that.
He's been on the stage many, many, many times. No nerves here from him, but Royal really the star of the show today.
Yeah, and surprising too. You know, I expected to see JYJ up there, but disappointing performance from him. It's fine, and a really strong game, couple of games from Royal. This guy really is an up and comer. Maybe he'll take the title of like the up and comer Terran, you know, like stealing it from JYJ.
This is a player that's been hyped up a lot by Artosis. He's talked a lot about how he admires the play of Royal. He thinks he's going to be a force in Terran in the future. And I can see it tonight. I mean, he really showed up.
Yeah, 100%. Guy looks like he's been practicing for a week straight. Look at those bags under his eyes. He really trained for this.
Yeah. I think he's just Korean, but...
You think? I don't know. He looks kind of tired.
Maybe a little bit.
Maybe a little. All right, thanks for the concession.
He's looking good. He looks happy. All that work paid off.
He's got to be riding high on this victory.
For sure, sure.
I'm sure that everyone imagines themselves as the savior, the hero. And, you know, he'd say he really was. He fulfilled that dream. He won this tourney. And this is like the second biggest tourney.
Absolutely. This tourney has been growing a lot in recent years, and a lot of that is thanks to you guys, the fans out there supporting the show. Make sure that you go down to KCM's channel, hit that subscribe button as well. Give him a couple of likes, guys. Definitely deserves it. Look at that, 4 million won for the championship team. Million won each. Not bad for a day's work.
Not at all. Big clapper to you, Terran.
It was a good.
This guy's the boss.
It was a good comeback story for Brodos as well. They weren't doing so hot in the regular season. Almost managed to take the win.
They did. Good best, man. What a beast. Really expected Mini to carry super hard, but Best took him 90% of the way. Just couldn't quite clutch the end victory. But that's also a weird map. Gotta say that. That map was a little odd.
The final Monopoly.
Yeah, Monopoly is a weird map, man. I don't know. I don't know what to think about it.
Interesting.
Hmm.
Going around the long way in order to counterattack it's very tough.
It is, and like the distance between the naturals when you're on the same side is so short, and like flanking is a lot harder because of that big middle ground.
Yeah.
I think it plays itself into Terran play more because of the concentrated positions, the concentrated power, whereas mobility is a little bit more reduced.
For sure.
But I really like this race war format, the KCM series. I think in general, because Terran versus Terran, Zerg versus Zerg are not the most favored matchups. PvP can be dynamic, as opposed to the other, when you have like an ASL finals that's TVT or ZVZ, it's, you kind of know what to expect out of the play. So having like a race war is a smart idea for this game. I think that's just my opinion.
Yeah, I love it. No mirror matchups, just great games all the time with the best players in the world. What more could you ask for? Guys, that's going to be it for our stream. Jor, thank you so much for joining me today, man. Really appreciate it.
The pleasure was all mine, man. I had a great time. Thank you so much. If you guys want to do this, you just up your Patreon support, and you could be the next Jor, and you could probably do a better job too.
Well, I don't know about that. You did a great job, man. You really helped me through those low points. We had to fill some time, so I do appreciate it a lot. Thank you so much, Jor.
Pleasure was all mine.
오프라인으로 최초로 열리는 KCM 종족 최강전 2022 첫 번째 시즌의 우승은 바로 테란 팀이었습니다. 테란 팀에게 400만 원의 상금이 수여가 되겠습니다. 축하드립니다. 네. 그리고